lion. So
Because Celestials can't have
ugly looks, apparently.
Well, they're not ugly. It's just you gotta look more majestic
Racism.
rather than scary. You look more like a voidling than a celestial. So basically, he's a celestial in training, but got to start somewhere. He's a squire. He has to go through the noob boot camp first.
Yep.
Means James gets to give you tasks.
Well, I was gonna assume that. Oh, my last task got me killed. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Gasper gave me a mission, got me killed terribly.
That's because she's an evil cunt, like James says.
Oh, yeah.
Money. Nordy, hop into the above channel for a moment. Just want to explain.
Yeah, well. Okay, I only managed to find 2 pictures for what I thought could make him. I'll post them both up, and you guys decide what you think Brokia looks like, because I wasn't expecting this.
All right, Tony.
They're private chatting about what happened, and I'm looking for a picture for Brokia.
You said you were going to post the pictures up, right?
I'm just turning them into tokens right now. There's a website I can do that on. I need to see.
You are a better person than me.
Yeah, he probably tokifies them, but this lets me pick my border and stuff. And I get to focus it just how I like it. Okay, with that, say back to go. There you are. Here, I can post the first one, I guess. Oop. Come on, thing, pop up.
I found something too. I think you're gonna like this one the best.
Ooh. Yeah, thanks. Uh, the fuck is there it is. Yeah, I need to the legend. What the fuck? Oh, I've gotta find it. Nah, that's actually all I could really find. The other one's too scary looking, and the other one I just can't fucking find anymore. Because when I try to visit the source on goddamn Pinterest, it leads to like a million other pictures, and I gotta find it amongst them. And I'm fucking high, so I've probably already passed over it. Yeah, I'm starting to think I passed over it.
I like that token. It fits.
I just can't find anything better is the thing.
No, yeah, it really does. It even fits like the expression I imagine on his face like all the time.
Yeah. I kind of liked it.
Peaceful enough to have the birds there too.
Yeah, I kind of like that too because I'm trying to go for that. I'm trying to go for. He's not. He's like now. He's a nice guy. He's going for the holiness. Probably gonna have to do some bullshit trial. Ooh. I'm just gonna guess, judging from the length of it, Nordy doesn't like I became a celestial.
Could be.
Just gonna throw that out there. So what's the first thing you guys want to do or I guess when you guys get back and I get to the Solikahn Fall Festival?
Well, first thing we're gonna do is determine what we do on the week-long trip back, which is probably just not gonna be too much. I'm gonna ask Sadi if she knows what language my ancient scroll is in. Then I'm probably going to meditate for a while. See if I can bust some meridians.
Yeah, I guess that's focus on the ones in your stomach, I guess.
Yeah, probably just like, no, James wouldn't have done that.
No, if it's the only thing I can think of is he's either recounting everything in vivid detail, or there's been some form of disagreement.
Probably both.
Yeah. Well, I got to take a break in like 3.5 hours because I got family dinner because it's Easter.
Understandable.
It's always fun. Gotta go see the nieces and nephews and brothers and sisters and shit. So, and my parents,
Yeah.
my grandparents. It's always fun. Thanks for the picture idea, though, but it's not quite what I was thinking.
Hey, it's
Nearly spot on, but it's the arms on the butt that throw it off.
just Photoshop them out. Put his head where that head is from your token.
Just Photoshop it in. Yes, this is what I am now.
All right, sorry, we just did a little review. I just wanted to catch him up from the customs blockade thing.
Hello.
Nice picture. Oh, that's a cool one. The Hayden one, the one that you sent. Oh, dude, that's a majestic face. Look at that.
Yeah, it really fits.
Oh yeah, he's just like, look at my majestic mane. Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I couldn't find anything else but that. I couldn't find.
Sometimes you don't need to worry about the lower half part. You need to figure out what you would look like.
That's exactly what I can't find the lower half. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go find a face.
And you found something that was like, sexy. Dude, I thoroughly enjoy that. You look majestic.
That's what I was going for.
You got it. Sexy. No, go back in your hole.
Go back. disappear.
Asshole.
Thank you. I do have one.
Don't we all though?
Mm.
Wow, man, not
Yeah.
all of us.
I recently called some people out on DVD. It was funny. He's like, "You're fucking asshole. You're full of shit." I'm like, "Well, technically everyone's full of shit. Otherwise, we wouldn't need to poop."
Yes. Unless they're, I guess, dead at the time and cleaned out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Find a
Like,
loophole.
that wouldn't be really a
South Park
person
style.
though. That's not everybody. You know what I mean? Like, they're. That wouldn't be classified as everybody.
Yeah, you're excluding the dead. How could you? That's so racist.
How could you?
Triggered for all that. It's like the furries getting triggered over shit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, necrophilia though. Like, don't forget about them.
Never
can if I
forget
want
about necrophilia.
You know, I've been lucky enough only to see like one real furry in my lifetime, I think, like person.
I had a gaming buddy I knew turn into a furry.
Liam and Taylor are furries.
Oh shit.
It's not like they're bad
Yeah, they are.
people. It's not like they're bad
No,
people.
of course not. It's just
No,
It's just
they're
odd.
always fine. I don't want anyone's feelings hurt. No,
It's hilarious though.
I mean, I got nothing wrong with transsexuals either, but like being a furry is worse than being a transsexual, let's be honest.
I don't know, man. Transsexuals like cut their dicks off and shit. Furries just put on a suit.
But at least they know what they want to be, right? Like, that's the difference there.
I don't think any of them know what they want to be is the problem.
Unacceptable. Well, that's the reason, you know? That's the reason they get into that situation. And they cut their
I
dicks
gotta go
off.
let the dogs out. It's time for them to pee.
Who let the dogs out? Sorry guys, I'm just a little high right now. It's just the way it is.
No, same.
Understandable.
And for the third game in a row, I will change my image.
Oh, I got some chicken and some mac and cheese. Coleslaw? Fries?
That cold slaw surprise.
Fries.
Oh God, there's some. Oh Jesus.
And there pops my knob bread.
There we go.
Oh, whoops, sorry. So, ooh. Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, the bottom one's probably better. I think that for your character.
You sure top or bottom? Like,
Bottom one for sure.
I was on the edge, but if you insist.
Nordy, your nostrils are talking.
Johnny,
They're singing us a little song.
shut the fuck up.
Just thought I'd let you know. So if you
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I do it too. Like I do the, but it's just.
Without me here, Matt would never be able to play this game 4 days in a row. So shut up and be happy.
Oh shit! Oh, he didn't. Like, I feel bad for Matt. We shouldn't even be doing this to him. Like, let him have some time.
You
to...
should.
No,
He deserves every morsel of torture that you put him
He
through.
punishes us, we punish him. It's just
That is legitly like Matt's getting pleasure from it, and we're getting pleasure from it somehow.
Just remember, I get to watch while you guys suffer, and I get to watch Matt watch you guys suffer, which makes him suffer. So this is just a
It's a
spite
win-win
party
for you.
me.
Yeah. But you got the better end of it because you know, like, what's going on and like how everything works. We don't. We're still getting used to
we
it.
get to play.
Oh no, I still don't know what's going on. Half
Oh.
these missions make no sense, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the fact that your characters are still alive. But, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, no, it's pretty surprising to me as well.
God. Pinterest just turned into a shit show.
Why?
They've started removing pins from my boards because they like, I'll have like a risque picture or like one with like tasteful nudity, and they'll just be like, nope, you can't have that. And I'm like, excuse you, I hadn't saved that yet.
Oh, feels bad.
Tasteful nudity.
Are you aware of what that is?
I am. It's just. It's not every day that you hear it.
Oh.
So, Johnny, what are you gonna do during the week-long travel back?
Try not to go crazy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You bombed the first one, didn't you?
No.
By far.
No, I passed it. No, actually, I passed it.
That's a 93 out of 62.
Yep, and then do you know what my talent, Admirable Faith does, or whatever the fuck it's called?
I thought it was like you can't get feared or something.
No, it's, so for my willpower bonus, for every point is is 10, right? So it's not like, well, degree of failure. So it subtracts 1 for every point of willpower bonus.
Oh,
And-
Ridiculous.
And since I'm at 50 right now, and I have resistance to fear, which is a plus 10, there's only if I get 100 is the only time I fail a fear test.
Huh.
Yeah.
Brave ass Johnny.
But it isn't like it. But it's not like a
The thing with-
resistance to radiation or anything else like that. It's
I know,
just-
but it's gonna be hilarious when a monster pops up and does fear, and me and Viridian just.
I'm just cowering. I'm
Shit.
like,
No,
what?
no,
You
we
guys
have
can
to-
handle this? And I do my Admunant Faith spell, Psyker spell, and then you guys are all fine. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
And then you all die.
Unfortunately, but
And then we all die.
Surprise round wasted. He now knows we're there. You're dead.
I'm still waiting for the opportunity to throw down a 3 million mana Nova Bomb.
And kill everyone on our
On the-
team. Us.
I
Yeah,
just,
kill the
you just
party.
gotta hit them. And that isn't unlike you though, is it, Sean?
No, remember, Nova Bomb takes, like, for every 50 you use, there's a fatigue or whatever. Wouldn't that kill you? Wouldn't that just straight
Oh
up
no,
kill
it would
you?
just straight up kill me, no matter how well I rolled, basically.
And someone's on 3 health.
Oh, yeah.
The health doesn't matter really. I mean, it should be the fatigue.
I mean, if anything like hits you at all though, and you don't have protection.
No, Viridian, remember, John, if your fatigue passes your health, you die. Your wounds, you die.
Oh, that's rough. I forgot about that. Yep, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to be careful there.
So if you get 3 fatigue, you die.
And you know how good your toughness is right now, right?
It's at like
22.
something. Yeah,
Yeah. So
you're gonna have to do some magic mumble jumble.
I'd
to make
honestly,
yourself tough
I think you
really
just re-roll your character. This is
What
this
are
is
you
a bad
talking about?
situation.
This character is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely agree with Johnny. Make better character.
I don't think it's worth
wow.
from what you have.
bad. Wow.
I'm throwing everybody under the bus today.
Shit.
No, I believe in
Viridian is
you,
doing
John.
great.
I
Nor
believe
do you heard that he lost -6 for all stats, right? So 60 points total.
But he got a kick-ass tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
He
was it-
tattooed his soul to the outside of his
But the
skin.
thing is, you're
Makes
only
it
1/7 of the way done.
Yep.
So you gotta go through that whole process again.
Maybe he'll develop a spell that can turn mana permanently into health. Who knows?
Ooh,
So that
that'd be
wouldn't
cool.
difficult.
That'd be cool. But
Can't wait
how
for
would
all
you
of
do
you.
it though?
I don't fucking know. He's the creative mage.
Yeah.
I'm 180 mana. Get off my back.
It might need an extra set of mana or an extra set of magic, like blood or nature, to do that.
Yeah, to fill that void.
Yeah, he's got Arcana. Arcana's there for. He'll solve his problems probably.
You could do it. It would just be really expensive. The permanent loss.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like another negative, but
It's definitely something I'm going to have to do before the next tattooing, just in case. But for now, I'm going to take care of it by making a really good defensive shield, like the second we start.
I'm
Gonna
just
make a mana
putting
scan.
your tokens on the map back in the ballroom, but I'm making the changes.
We'll be in the ballroom, but we still have to run through the week of travel time, right?
Yes, we do. Go ahead and start
Nice.
while I do my things.
All right. Viridian. Yeah. He's
Go
gonna. Well, finding grass from the ethereal plane can happen eventually. For now, he's just going to do what he has been doing and smoke some mana dust. Sit down, smoke with Mr. Smoke. And
Wow, I'm really surprised you didn't try and just create a spell that creates mana grass.
that's a good idea.
Like, that's-
180 mana for you, Brokir.
Yeah, 180. That's all
And then
I
a
got.
million for Viridian.
A million for Viridian.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I'll
6.
catch up to you one day.
Hopefully. I hope you do.
I probably never will.
I'll never say that.
That's the spirit.
What I say, I was like, come on, man.
That
yes.
sounds like you've already given up, which means that gives me permission to smite you. Watch your words
Also,
there, buddy.
More so, I'm taking a different path than magic, but fine, take it how you will.
I will. You will take it how I will it.
Mind it
Exactly.
with magic.
So I want to create a defensive shield that'll act like a second skin over basically every inch of me. The only thing it's not designed to stop is air, so I can still be poisoned and stuff because I want to be able to breathe.
I want to be able to breathe. Breathing is good.
But yeah, this is going to be active permanently, pretty much.
What about food and water?
That's a good question. Sure. I will allow the ability to open my mouth, open a slot for the mouth for food and water.
Insert here.
Like a little square opens and he's just to dump it down his mouth.
Yep. Should I make my 3 rolls?
Sure.
This
You're
is
gonna want to
hilarious.
pass the good stuffs.
And
All
to
of
be
them.
clear, this is going to, like, I want it to just directly smack right into my mana pool. It's not like I want 100 damage.
Permanently sinking a percentage to it, kind of like an enchantment.
Yes.
So it's always up and you don't have to.
Always
Remember?
up, don't have to remember. Yep.
How much of your mana pool are you permanently allocating? Because it's kind of like you play Path of Exile,
Yes.
where you allocate. You having this build means you allocate like 20% of your mana pool permanently to that.
30%.
Okay.
Ooh. Taking that defense serious.
Mm-hmm. He's got 3 HP.
I know, but still, I just thought that he was gonna go balls to the wall like he always. Hey,
I'm gonna use 80% of my mana pool. Full power now. And then the big boy. Big boy. Influence.
he always.
Oh, you passed all 3.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Gets
All right. So the way it'll work is, you did pass. How many degrees of success? That's 3. Ooh, good. 30% of your mana pool will be allocated to it, and it will actually channel from the chakra in your navel. So it'll always refresh from there in kind of a pulse, kind of the way your circulatory system pulses with the heartbeat. So every 10 seconds, it'll pulse. So every turn, it'll refresh.
Oh man, that's delicious.
It has 3,000 armor.
Oh shit.
Because you basically gave it, was it 300,000 mana?
Permanently, yep.
Yeah. So the way it'll work is every time it refreshes, if it has taken damage, it takes 30,000 to refresh. So that's a big chunk of mana every single turn. But
Yep.
it's a lot. It's not a force field though. It's just I stop things.
Does it work on energy too?
It does. The
Nice.
one caveat is this will be for mundane weaponry. This is not for magical. So basically, bullets, lasers, cannons, missiles, just anything that is not imbued with a sentience, a very powerful machine spirit, or has some sort of magical effect to it. So this is your save all from the mundane. So if someone wants to hit you with a tank shell, you're fine. If someone wants to hit you with a magically blessed holy artifact tank shell, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that makes sense. So this would be virtually useless against, say, the Void guy.
The void guy would be like, "You look delicious."
Yep.
You just now have a candy wrapper for me.
But still, very useful. Will save me from a lot of trouble. So much trouble.
Just gonna have to get some magic armor now.
Yes, you can. Need to find his token. So that'll actually take you the whole trip to figure out.
All right.
Sadly, because it's a biggie. So, and that 30K cost will sneak up on you, guaranteed.
Oh, of course, especially if my thing I sent you gets approved. That's 10K per successful thing.
Yep. I need to. Where is the major ballroom? Great Hall. I'm just transferring your tokens over with any new changes. Johnny, do you still want to use that hooded token figure?
Yeah, it's fine for now.
Okay. Okay, transferred those over, and then need to reread a thingy-majigger. Can I just click on that previous link? And it'll pull up the change? Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Yep, go for it. That is a approved. And you can give it a cool name like Fox of the Iron Fist, or something like just kind of like Chinese zodiac type of name, like Fist of the Roaring Tiger or something cool. Good martial art move name. I don't know.
Instead of just fist.
God, Matt is terrible at this.
I'll kick you out of this channel. Or I'll just mute you. I'll change your nickname.
Oh no.
Alright. Oh. Wow, I can actually put away most of my maps on Lemnars now.
Hooray!
Well, you also didn't visit a lot of them, which was like,
That's
You guys
okay.
didn't go to Law and Ruling. You never found the soda salesman. Sadness.
The soda salesman? Oh, I'm sad about that as well.
Yeah, you did go to Sebastian's. That was good. You went to Bombs and shit. That was interesting. Didn't put the drift away. You didn't do much with clothing and attire. Tattoos Inc. You did stuff with. Bones and trinkets. You did a lot of stuff with. Meds and stuff you never looked into.
Yeah, that was one between pets and slaves and the other one, right?
Basically, it was JoJo and Corvus's shop. For,
Oh yeah.
Pets and Slaves was unconcluded. You never visited Remedies and Poisons.
Oh, there was a place called Remedies and Poisons.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Revealed on the map. Depths of Desires, the Goodfellas can be archived. Just Armor, you guys went there. Guns and stuff, you did a lot of stuff there. You only went to Sparkles and Junk like once or twice. Meets.
I think
No
it
one
filled its
went to
purpose,
Info
though.
and Secrets. Ha!
I would have figured you'd been all over that, Johnny.
I just didn't know where to go. I guess
Shop.
didn't care.
I didn't care.
Got a little caught up in things, and then we were done. So
That is the nature of it. All right. Wow, my map bar is so like. Yeah, you never got into the underground warehouse. That was sad. Sadness. Go away. Archive. Yes, that's correct. Wow. That was like 21 maps. Not
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
lie.
be back in a second.
Holy shit.
21 maps, man.
Mm-hmm.
So will the mana skin automatically update, or is it always going to be 300,000 mana?
Every time it updates, it's 300,000 mana, no matter how much damage it takes.
No,
That's
I
the
mean
big
like
problem.
if my mana shield, like if I get 2 million mana,
No, it'll you've allocated 300,000 to it. If you want it to expand when your mana pool expands and still continue to take 30%, it'll get bigger. So if you devote like 600k mana to it, it'll be a 600k or a 6k shield. It's just gonna get pretty
Honestly?
scary.
yeah, honestly, I think 3,000 armor on mundane. If it does more than 3,000, it's not going to be mundane anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
but if you take any damage to the shield, it refreshes itself for another 30k, or how does that work?
Yeah, every
30K.
time that shield takes any damage, even if it's 1, after 10 seconds, it refreshes and uses 30k mana.
So you have 2 turns.
No, 30k, not 300k.
No,
He has 1,000,000 mana.
5 seconds is.
Because if you the thing is,
10
if you got
seconds
hit
is a
by a
turn.
machine gun, it would hit every time, and then like take away that much mana for every hit.
No,
No.
it
No.
refreshes only every.
Yeah,
every 2
it
turns.
refreshes every 2 turns. Every turn is 5
Okay.
seconds.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, so basically, if you're hit by a full auto burst, the shield takes the full auto burst, and then it'll be reduced by like, I don't know, probably 200 damage. So now you have a shield that has 2,800 armor because it's subtractive. And then 2 turns later, it pulses and refreshes back to 3k.
But takes from the
And-
original mana pool.
But it takes from your remaining mana,
Right,
no matter
right.
what it is.
Exactly. And if you
30K.
run out, you run out.
If you run out of mana and your shield needs to refresh,
Takes
it
from the
rips
soul.
it from your soul.
Right. Which is ooh. So be careful. Be careful with that.
No, it's still going to be. Oh man, is that going to be so useful?
That's what arcane mages are like. Having
Useful.
an ass ton of mana is like. Johnny, you have 6 days on the ship technically. You have to make a willpower test every day,
Mhm.
not to be like shitting yourself in your room because you have a extraordinary acute phobia of spaceships.
Yep. So first day, I guess I'll be going to talk to Sati, and I think
Not if you don't pass your willpower test.
I'll do. Okay. I was just gonna show and then roll, and then if that didn't happen, I'll do it the next day.
You could fail all 6 times, man. I've seen it happen.
So what's my negative
Rough.
on this willpower test?
Since it's acute, it's a -30. Like it's you were severely traumatized. Oh, you manned up this time. You're like, it's just a spaceship.
Mr. Sandman.
All right.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
I think this is the perfect time to set up the contact network since Nordy's here, right?
Yep. Speaking of which, need to send Nordy a message on that.
So, Nordy, the way Matt did it was at the end of the arc, he gave us a free talent. And since it was kind of like just the end of the arc, you can kind of pick wherever you want with it, like any contact network. So I picked Sadi's nation of Praethans, right? So I now have contact network with the Praethans, so now is a perfect time to set it up.
The way that I made it work, though, is he has to build it. It's I give him an in, is what purchasing that does. So he has to broach the topic of, hey, I'd like to set up a network of information and potentially supplies. You know, I want to build a network, and I want your network, and you'll have to like build it from the ground up.
And since I'm like pretty much engaged to Sadi, it kind of like gives me the in, right? Because
I'll let Snorty play this one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Unless he doesn't want to.
So here's the thing with establishing an information network.
Well, contact network for like the talent. But yeah.
Right, it's the same thing.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, it can technically be the same thing. In this case, it can technically be the same thing.
Right.
Now, the way that this is going to work is you have no idea where the Praethans are. You have met maybe maybe like 6 or 7 of them at this point.
But I've met very important people so far.
Yeah.
Cicero, Sara, Kess, Sadi.
And
so the way that a contact network would work with the Praethans is that you would basically be the middleman for their information network.
Right.
So you would be a part of their spy network, essentially.
Right.
Which means you got to pull your weight.
Right.
Because as soon as you join, or as soon as you get involved with the Praethans, it's not how do you use the Praethans, how do the Praethans use you?
Right.
Because to them, everything is a tool that needs to be mastered and used properly.
Should I pick a different one then?
No, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just the Praethan mindset.
Okay.
So basically,
they don't treat people like tools. It's just like, you are. They're very different.
You're an
from
extension,
humans.
yeah. And if you want the inside, you got to work for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
You become a bone in the body.
Right.
You have a purpose that you are used for.
A job.
You have to look at it from someone kind of like a spy master's position.
Right.
He has his ledger of all these people and their worth and what their specialization is in the network. So if you're him and you're sitting back and you kind of just going over your book, you don't have faces to these books or these names. You could have a profile with a picture, but it's very third person. You're not interacting with them.
But I can make requisitions from their warehouse.
You can, but
will cost
again,
influence or something.
It's how much you give. How much worth you have means how much you can pull back.
Right.
So
that's fair because I can probably make my way up, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So if you're a source that they keep coming to, they want to keep you happy because that means you keep doing this great job.
Yeah.
So especially if you have a very large source of information for a lot of topics.
And then I work up my way in the information, like I get a name for myself. But
the the way most contact networks are going to work in the Solikahn Society is you need to give a lot first to establish a reputation. Then you can start taking in pieces,
Right.
getting stuff out of it. Because otherwise, if you just pop in, you're like, I want this and I want this, and oh, here's some information.
I mean, it would be nice if it worked like that in an RPG, like, you know how you just unlock it with the XP and then, like, yeah, now I have contact network. They give me shit for free or something. But it's not a game, so it's like, roleplay. And this is a good way to do it. And since it was the end of the arc, you kind of gave it to me, so it was like good choice in that sense.
It's a good choice because now you have 6 days to hash it out with Saudi. How, are you sure you want to do this? This is not a small step.
Right.
This is how it works. So, I will want you to RP it a little bit because it's not just magically appear. You have to go to her and say, "Hey, I have something."
I know it's not like my computer. Like, oh yeah, shit, I know how to do this. I'm just gonna do this program, and then it does my. Google what I'm supposed to do with this. Oh shit. Okay.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So I passed my first day, and I'll go up to Saudi and the crew. What's Saudi doing? Is she just chilling by herself, or?
No, you'll find her in the practice dojo. So
Okay.
there's a dojo, and she's currently sparring against the sisters, the Huntress sisters, and
Okay.
one's critiquing her stance and her form,
Right.
and tactics, and the other one is sparring. They're using bow staffs at the moment.
Okay. So say I walk into the door. Is like is it kind of like a sliding door, like on a spaceship or something?
Yes, actually.
All right.
It's that, but it's actually made of wood, the frame and the door, and it's that traditional Japanese paper.
Right.
And it slides open manually, automatically. And it is a traditional Japanese dojo style. Wood paneling, got the tatami mats on the floor. Like, this does not look like it belongs on the inside of a spaceship.
No, it's perfect.
It looks like it was
imagine.
actually pulled piece by piece and reassembled directly from a monastery.
Right. They made their own dojo.
There's actual stone bricks.
Right.
There is a memorial wall.
Okay. But
basically, you have these framed pictures with candles next to them, and there's a big old thing in the middle that says "The fallen shall be remembered." Right.
So as the door opens and I see Sadi sparring with the sisters, more or less, right? I'll put my hand up to my head, my elbow on the door, and I'll just start watching, and I'll admire her work and see what happens.
Sisters are not exactly the nicest people, especially when teaching.
Saudi's getting her ass kicked.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm just watching. I'll see if she notices me.
One is barking orders at her, like one that's not directly sparring. She's like, "Guard's too low," and then sure enough, guard was too low, and she got hit. She's covered in bruises.
When she's like, "Your guard's too low," and she like knocks a blow onto her thigh, onto her shoulder. Make me a willpower.
So, bam.
Okay, that bond that you have with Saudi, you can feel it almost like a call to action for you to jump in there and help her, but
really?
You resist the urge. Yeah.
I'm allowed to resist the urge.
Yeah, and you notice that you rolled a few degrees of success. So, when a sister said, your guard is too low, it's like it triggered you almost.
Right. I got offended the same way she would get offended.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no. It's that you weren't there to block the blow.
Right.
Or to protect her from it.
Oh.
So you're a little mad.
Okay. All right. Just because the bond's making me feel that way, or is it the? Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. Cocked. No, that's not cocked. That's me being like mean to be white knighting. It's like. But,
it's a biofeedback
right.
on the bond. It's basically you feel some of her frustration,
And it's getting
Like
empathized through
natural
me.
instinct,
Yeah.
like natural instinct to protect mate kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
Like, and I don't
it's
even know
coupled
her
with
that well, right? Like, we're still we haven't even gotten a date yet. We just
This is yeah.
Hey man, you can count that dungeon as a date.
But
can't
it's
you?
more like a psychic connection in the sense that you're sharing emotions. That is kind of more of a bonding relationship. I don't know how that would feel, how that would come out about later. But all right, that's cool. So yeah.
Do you want to follow the urge to jump in and save your waifu?
I think that's a very stupid idea. I would look really heroic doing it, but I want to keep it cool for a bit. I'm just chilling. Yeah, I'm waiting for her to notice me and like, because I'm just watching, right?
All right. So as they're fighting, Asara, who's doing the coaching, she kicks the bottom of her staff that she's leaning on and points the weapon at Saudi, and it's 2v1 practice. And then the onslaught begins, and there's hit after hit after hit.
Oh
and
shit!
Saudi's just getting barraged. He is now covered in bruises.
Yeah, and you
Johnny.
hear bones fracture a little bit. Like there's, blood hits the floor. It's
Right.
on the weapons. It's she's not having fun, but she looks determined to survive it.
And I just imagine she will. I'm gonna like not send her good vibes, but I'm gonna try and toughen it out with her more.
Send her your thoughts and prayers.
Well, I'm just going to when I'm seeing that, I'm just going to try to give her some of my strength that I'm trying to bear with her.
Hey, okay.
So, as you do that, she is unfortunately brought down, and she has to kind of fetal position for block, and she is actually carted out on a medical stretcher,
Shit.
and she is unconscious.
I want make me another willpower with a -20 this time, as you watch her get carted away.
Can I fuck, that's so close. That's like 6.
You
only
can
do
try and
luck tests for
reroll
the
it,
ones.
otherwise it's not enough.
Still fail.
Still fail. Yeah, still fail.
So when she gets carted off, she like one of her eyes, which she could barely open, kind of it creaks open to look at you as she passes by, and there is a look of utter disappointment on her face, and you feel like you've just made a huge mistake by letting her take all that punishment. So you're basically Johnny feels he's kind of beating himself up a little bit because he's like, I really should have done something there.
You. Sparring practice.
Me?
And they throw you a bow staff, and the door slowly closes behind you.
Okay. I hope I don't even know. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm more of a like a tech guy, like a programmer. But okay, sure. Let's.
The moment that thing catches your hand, one is sweeping for your legs, and the other is slicing from the top at your head.
Right.
Simultaneously.
So I dodge more or less. I have to
You're
dodge.
gonna need to dodge.
Yeah. Ooh. And reroll. What?
What?
Yeah. So you were swept and ground slammed, and they kind of circle. So you like to stand and watch as your allies and your betrothed are beaten into submission and have to be sent to the medical wing. Interesting.
Can I do a fellowship and say on my planet it's like rude to interrupt in like a duel between people?
Go ahead.
Man, I gotta message you real quick.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's 70 as well because I'm talking to Prathans, aren't I?
That's all nice and fine on your planet, and they smack and you feel one of your ribs crack. this is not your planet, and
Well-
if you do see a duel, and your life is not threatened, but your and Saudi's is going to, she's going to potentially lose hers. You're not going to step in, no matter the consequences. Is it too rude?
Well, you didn't let me step in when she was getting beaten down. Like, you just ended the thing, and then that was it.
You had
But
you
you
had
said
several
you-
moments to jump in.
Oh
You
yeah,
said
but
you
she
wanted
was
to play
doing
a
okay then, and then you were like, you said the moment I do that, she starts getting beaten down, and then she gets ripped off. I couldn't even do anything at that time.
Well, yeah, that was the choice you made.
Well,
you said you were
I
gonna
mean-
play it cool.
But she
You
wasn't
did.
getting beaten down yet. The moment she would have gotten like beating down in the fetal position, I would have ran over to her and protected
Like
her.
the thing is, I said the moment I said 2v1 practice, and then she was getting battered and bruised. I said, "Hey, you have, what do you want to do?" And you said, "I'm gonna send her my thoughts and my will, and keep her strong." And that's what you said.
Okay, fine.
So basically, you just watched.
If I would have been able to notice when she started getting the fetal position, I would have moved though.
No,
Like,
it was
Because that's not even
down.
that's just
and
worse than anything. Like why were they doing that to her? If like what's the point of the duel? Like was it Saudi's decision to do that?
There's
or
a
was
lot
it...
of things about the Praethans that you do not
Exactly. How the fuck am I supposed to know that they're gonna do that?
know. I don't know, man. You were trying to set up an
A
information
Sisra
network.
and a Sara, they're different creatures, and sometimes you need to know.
do know
pain.
this. You do know this, Johnny. A Sisra and a Sara have lived a very, very long time before they became Praethans,
Right.
and there's some of the few Praethans alive right now that are vastly different from what they should be like,
Right.
because they're already set in their ways. These two are known as two of the most terrifying bounty hunters to ever lived.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, no, and I'm just
they-
like a 25-year-old guy that just came through like I'm just a nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So the way this will work is, they're going to do the same to Saudi to you. I need you to make me 3 toughness tests.
okay.
So
Oh, beautiful.
Hey.
okay,
My
so
my iron
awesome.
chest is working out
Yeah,
there.
your iron chest is taking a lot more punishment than you thought, and still keeps on going. With those toughness tests, you can make some hits back and try and defend yourself, because you're not crippled by these hits and staggered and unable to fight back.
Right. Oh, I feel a punch coming, boys. I feel my torso just
You have a
riding
staff.
up.
You have a staff.
Oh,
You
I
can
have
hit them.
yeah, but I'm gonna use my torso strength with my arm to add more force to it. Okay.
So-
This is a normal hit with
I need 3 weapon skill tests. They will.
close range plus 30.
Yep. You can land a hit if you hit with 5 degrees of success.
That's fair.
There's no way Broke here could understand this is happening and come help. No?
No, you're meditating.
Damn it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Nice.
You
Oh, I got
crack,
2 of them.
uh,
Oh no, wait, I didn't get the second one, did I? I need 5
You
degrees.
crack Asara on the side, and she responds with an elbow to your nose, and that ends the argument. And you're down, but you landed a blow, which is like,
Kind of like
Damn.
on a level 8.
Oh, baby.
Like she might be like, okay, I'll take this computer nerd a little serious now for some odd reason.
Or maybe she'll curb stomp your ass.
This nobody. I'm just like a tech guy. Fuck guys, not even supposed
so
to be
you're
hitting
carted
people.
off, and you're set next to you're next to Sadi in the emergency room, and you are unfortunately not in the same recovery room though.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I could hold her hand. Like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
You're
didn't
not
know.
sure if she requested a different room or if that's just the natural way they do things.
I
Private rooms for
don't.
recovery.
I don't know if she would know if I, because she's in recovery too, right? So she probably
she was
didn't
in
know.
she was in surgery.
Yeah.
You guys both went to surgery, but it was a quick one. No longer than half an hour, and you're awake within the hour.
Right. My regenerabilities are kind of handy that way.
Well, yeah. And there's a
Question.
guy.
Did you give
in the corner.
regen 1 to everyone as well? Like,
No,
because
just him.
John and Hayden?
Well, Hayden has regen 3.
Oh,
I have regen 8.
Oh, he has regen 8. Yeah, he's good.
I was gonna
That's
say,
his...
did they give me 1 more point of regen? I
No,
was
they
like,
didn't.
okay.
The
Okay,
only person I
okay.
gave regen 1 to was Viridian.
Yes.
So that was because there was a ferrous hydrocell blood extract that was used.
see, I thought you did that with Hayden as well.
No.
Oh, that was because my surgery was quicker than his.
Mhm.
Right. Ah, okay, I got it.
So
Okay, I
there's a
was
guy
like,
sitting
yeah,
in the
did my
corner
regen get better?
reading a magazine in your room,
Okay.
and he kind of sets the magazine down, stands up, comes over, and it's a recognizable face. It's Carloso. Not sure how he got on ship though.
Gee.
Well, that was rather entertaining to watch.
Wait.
As his hand just kind of runs along your broken body, like, you took a few good ones.
How am I feeling? Like, am I gonna cast up? Can I squint out? Can I talk? How am I?
So the way they're doing it is to speed up regen in addition to your current regenerative abilities.
Yeah.
They have most of your body in this kind of casket type of thing.
Right.
Your head's up
Right.
and out of it, but you can. It's a translucent gel that kind of sits over the body and
Right.
moves from left to right into the out of the pipe.
It's like a
into the
fluid in a sense. It's like a cast that gets fluid. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a full body cast, so
Right,
you're
yeah.
basically unfortunately strapped down.
But my
But
head's
you can
okay.
literally feel healing. That's how
Right.
fast it is.
Sweet. So I can talk to him. I'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll be like, what the I didn't expect this to happen. You saw that?
Oh, I was watching all of it. I was surprised you didn't jump in to save your damsel in distress.
I mean, in a normal situation I would, but I guess it's
Wasn't
a different
it normal
culture.
situation?
No, I don't know their customs. If I knew their customs more, I would have been like, yeah, maybe this isn't a good idea.
So you must have learned the very important lesson of doubt is never a good friend on the battlefield.
Yeah, I didn't want to get myself killed. That as well. Not in the sense that I didn't want to protect her. Just in the sense if I tried to help. I guess self-preservation in the sense is the strongest human term for it.
What do you value more, her life or yours?
Ooh.
Now that you think of it,
Hesitation.
this bond that I've been feeling, it's kind of odd. I'm feeling new things I shouldn't be feeling. It's something new for my race. I feel like I'm connected more than I think I am with her now, and if we're connected
Your people
that way,
have no concept of love.
I mean, love doesn't work like that. I remember
Really?
love. I like not in. There's. I shouldn't be able to feel this mentally.
And
the
you
way
see him. He chuckles a little bit. He just smiles as he looks at you, and he goes, "So you mean to tell me that love doesn't work the ways that you think? Yet nothing here in Solikahn works the way that you think."
That's the thing. I wouldn't know. I have. This is my first time experiencing such a thing. But you're right. I shouldn't. I'm kind of being optimistic and thinking everything's going to work out the way I want it to. And in that case, from what I'm experiencing, I feel like self-preservation is wanting her protection as well. So I feel like my self-preservation is her self-preservation because neither of us would want to get each other hurt.
You know, humans are so funny to listen to sometimes as they rant about things that they have little to no understanding.
That's the thing. I'm trying to understand, and it's something.
Don't worry, perhaps you'll get it in time. But more on the topic of self-preservation.
Right, yeah.
I'll be honest with you, Johnny. You've done a few things that have almost caused me to be very angry.
Oh, why?
Oh, you know, you're bumbling around, messing in affairs that you have no business in, and generally ruining my machinations for this place.
Oh, what do you mean?
But, like I said, on the topic of self-preservation,
Right.
perhaps it's time that you learn how to fight properly.
I guess sure. I'm not even that much of a fighter, really. I'm surprised
Then how do you think you're going to defend yourself and your loved one? Because trust me, they were going easy on you.
I guess in this universe I'm gonna have to be more prepared. So I was gonna use tech and big weapons, but I guess melee is also a nice thing to have.
Have you ever held a sword before?
Basic training in military school. So yes.
Basic training, he says.
Yeah,
Forget
we
about
they,
all of that.
I was a tech, but we had to.
Yeah, an intellectual.
for the
I'm
war.
familiar with your kind.
Fuck, I'm just laughing.
I've killed a lot of them.
Yes. Well, we're not all special. I guess so. Don't think of
I
it
wasn't
as-
either when I first started out.
Oh. Well, so what made this happen? What made you want to kill them?
What, kill people?
Yeah.
Oh, well, when I became a vampire, the hunger set in rather quickly, and I found that I enjoy that. But killing people, no. I've never, at least when I was human, I never enjoyed killing anyone. In fact, I always liked to look out for my fellow man.
Yeah, but when you need a drink and your life depends on it, self-preservation, as we were talking before, right?
Well, I ran a tavern, so I mean, if I wanted a drink, I got one.
Wait. The tavern?
We've been over this, haven't we?
Yes.
Good, you remember things.
I do. Oh, shit. I didn't know that was your tavern, but it makes sense with the magical passway in the back.
Well, the magical passway isn't because of the tavern. It's because of a certain ability that I've acquired.
Oh. Interesting.
But my question for you, Johnny. Would you like to learn how to fight those stronger than you? Not with your mind or with some fancy piece of technology. Also, it was wonderful to see how slagged you got my suit.
I thought that thing had a warranty.
Don't worry, I have more.
Oh.
Can I have one?
The thing is, can I do
hold on.
Okay, I was gonna do a commerce test to see if I realized that the gun was more than what the suit.
Yeah. Actually, when you do that, I'll let you do that. Actually, right now.
Yes. Do it.
And he mentioned that he has other suits. He goes, and that was actually the one, just the prototype. I was surprised you handed over that gun so easily.
Right. I guess.
Ooh, single digits, man.
Yeah. I actually thought it more as a favor for you, since you seem like real keen on using it. And I just appreciated your help as well. You have. I'm sure you can use it for leverage in some way or another.
Oh, I've already gotten rid of it.
Oh, I'm assuming. Oh, interesting. They work out well for you then.
Oh yes, I always trade up.
Excellent. Well, I hope...
Stealing from the weak, as he looks at you.
Yeah. I hope you don't mind the... I actually knew that, so I was thinking more as a favor to you in that sense. I just also appreciated you luring us up in that situation, even though I got the shitty
It wasn't
end
really
of it.
a bother.
I mean, as I guess I wasn't even paying for it anyway. It was Viridian that did that. But I still felt appreciative.
Well, what's your answer then to my question? Would you like to learn how to use a sword? You have potential. You managed to land a blow on the sisters.
Hmm.
And trust me, I'm sure Sadi will appreciate her gallant knight and shining white armor to jump in right at the perfect time to save her.
But see, the thing is, I'm no man to take treats lightly. I know how you work with favors, but if you find that the trade of the rifle and the prototype stealth suit was enough, then I think I'll take it. But again,
this is not being done as a favor. I'm asking if you want to become my pupil.
Oh man.
If I become your pupil, is there a contract that allows me not to die by your hand?
I would never sign such a contract.
Then I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Well, you said you like to do favors for me, don't you?
I mean, I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was a favor to you. Give you favors.
Johnny, how I love engaging in word games with you.
I tried.
That was sarcasm.
I know.
And actually, so you're like laying on a medical bed, and you feel yourself get lifted up by a gust of wind.
Oh, beautiful.
It gently picks you up onto the floor, and you feel it kind of supporting a majority of the weight of your weight. And Carloso, you kind of see him phase out, almost like he moves so quickly that it like leaves a lag of movement.
Right, like a blur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he appears like 10 feet in front of you, and there's just a sheath in his hand with a blade that's in it. And he pulls it out, and he goes, yes or no.
Because I know what he's going to try to do to me out of character, that he's going to try and pupil me, and then he's going to use me for his advantage in some way. Like, metagaming. A giant fucking mana battery.
What if you can outplay him?
I don't think that's going to happen. He's the ultimate evil.
He's not the ultimate evil. He's the ultimate player.
Is he?
To be fair, Johnny,
because I can deal with a play. I like players. I like players to play the game.
He's a player. He's not evil.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, as far as you're aware, he's a pretty good guy. Like,
as far as Johnny is aware, as far as I'm aware.
Johnny's perception of him is Carloso is a guy that has saved his life on more than one occasion.
Right.
Like, so you should have no beef with him whatsoever. You might be a little weary of delving deeper into what he's got, but you have no reason to be like, this guy is the ultimate evil.
I just want to know if he'd give me a stealth suit. It's really all I want to know. But,
the blade slowly is drawn as he waits for your answer, or he's drawing it slowly to wait for your answer. You have until the tip of my blade comes out of the sheath.
And then
overcome
I kill
your
you for no
doubts.
reason.
Do it.
Take action, Johnny.
Do it.
I should say no, honestly, but I don't know if that was like a win for doing hitting her, but I feel like this is a trap, and
then say no. If you think it's a trap, then do it, or you can take it. Like, it's the situation every single time. Yes or no. Do it or no.
Do it. Do it.
I don't really want to be part of the blade, though. I don't need a fuck.
The blade is halfway drawn.
Yeah.
Then don't.
And it looks like a scary fucking blade that he's got.
Hey,
I'll say no. I'll say no, and I'll die. It's fine.
Please talk in character, though.
I have to say no to this. I feel like I can protect her in other ways than just a sword. But, I do appreciate what you're offering me. And I think it's actually a stupid idea for me not to. I don't know you enough yet.
And he stops pulling out the blade, and he quickly sheaths it and puts it back on his belt. And he goes, well, at least you have your convictions.
But I mean, if you want to do things, like I can I can, if you want to say not have to be disciplined, I feel like I can work in other ways, and besides just the shield and sword and kind of protecting, like there's other ways to protect a person, right?
Oh yes, and you are incapable of any of them,
Which is,
at least as it currently stands.
well, why not give me a stealth suit and I can be more,
Because I'm not going to give you anything.
right.
You said no. You don't wish to be involved with me in that way. So why would I bother helping you at this point?
You already helped me anyway, but I concur. I understand. I just maybe I thought since it was so nice to me that I gave you the gun, it's okay. It's fine.
What do you know about the Praethans? Or any of the factions here in Solikahn?
I know the basics from Nikki. I know about the Allfather. When I say that, is he gonna kill me? Is he gonna be mad at me?
No, Carlos is just gonna look at you and go, mm-hmm.
I think that's not common knowledge, right?
It's definitely not.
I think just being in the palace is given a good. If the people are anything like their glorious leaders, then I kind of have an understanding of the race in that sense. But I'm sure, being a simpleton that hasn't even experienced other sentient beings, there's only one god I've ever actually seen in person, and that was the one that gave me these eyes that don't even work anymore. But
Work.
I mean, they don't work anymore the way they used to, because they were corrupted, remember?
No, she removed the corruption from them. It's just she didn't put them back in your head because you still have the influence from Kazarak and Lucy on it.
Right, but
that could be a good thing for you. You could be like, I like their influence on the eyes, which is the powers they gave you, the shuffle of the powers.
If I would have been able to take that out, though, could I go back to the normal powers I wanted?
Well, you would just have your technomancy and your basic 3 you started with. That's it. If you removed the Kazarak's influence, because he gave you 5 new powers.
Right.
The only caveat is that every single session you roll to see which ones you get.
The thing is, we were supposed to, after the week, we were supposed to increase our power with that, but I haven't been able to even do anything with it.
You haven't done anything with it, though.
But it was supposed to only be a week, and then it would work again. Like I'd be able to use more things. That's the way we discussed it.
You haven't put them back in your head.
Yeah.
Until they are installed into your person, you get jack all.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right. Well, back to the conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Carloso turns around and starts heading for the door, and he stops. He goes, I'm rather disappointed, Johnny, but only because Sati said yes and you didn't.
Interesting. Oh, my waifu's gonna die. Feels bad. Oh no.
And as you kind of have that moment's hesitation, like, oh god damn it, what has she gotten herself into this time? He just looks at you, and he gives you a very weird look, and you can roll a scrutiny to try and discern the meaning behind it.
What's the meaning of life? One of my favorite.
Oh, gorgeous.
Nice.
Oh. Ooh. Right on the nose.
It's a smile of malicious glee.
That he knows what he understands. Like, that's interesting. You're not falling for my tricks.
Well, he's like, he's smarter than he looks.
Okay.
But
right.
He's still an idiot. I'm going to enjoy toying with him. That's what you get from that smile.
Right. So I can come back to this and try again later. Okay, fair enough. I feel bad that he didn't even do anything for my commerce test though. That was he's like, fuck. I would have been nice for at least him to.
Well, you see, when you brought up the commerce test, he was just about to make fun of you for trading away the Gauss rifle.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I knew that, I was just because in that sense, I knew that I was getting a shitty deal out of it, but it was doing him in a sense of favor because I know he wanted to do something with it.
Well, just remember that not everything is decided with a roll. It also is decided upon which words you choose to say.
Fair enough.
As is most things in this game.
Yeah.
I've been word gamed by my own players, and it feels bad. And all I can do is submit. It's just you learn how to word game the GM.
Okay. Yeah. Still new.
Get a thumbs up. But at the same time, you could also mess it up. And then I have this moment in the back.
Fair enough.
And after after you make eye contact with him when he leaves, there's another blur of motion, and he disappears again. And there's just a faint breeze that comes in
again.
The door. Yeah, and you just hear like a whisper on the wind, and it's.
Can I do an awareness to try to?
I'm gonna message it to you.
Okay.
Oh, I have to fucking message you on Discord.
I can, yeah, that's fine.
So Broke here, what is Broke here doing for the week? Meditating, you said?
No, Broke here can be doing whatever the Broke here wants to do during the week.
Ah. You said he was meditating earlier. I think you confused him for me then.
Yeah, no, you were meditating.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You won with the mana.
So the thing is, I think I expected more of Sadi in that situation. That's why I wanted to like try and see if this this fucking bond did anything with that sense. So I wanted to see if she could get tougher if I try to be more like give my stats to hers. But
you didn't specify that. You didn't say, "Hey, I'm specifically trying to."
You're not sure how the bond works because this is like alien magic.
And that's the thing. That's why I'm a psyker as well, so I can kind of like sense in that sense. But could I have done like a psychsonics test when I felt that instead?
No, but you could have asked questions.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's what I was trying to do with her. I was trying to, and then she just started getting hit, and I was like, oh shit. That's I expected more of you. What happened?
Well, we gave you a chance to intercede.
I know.
It was either yes/no thing.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like.
I know. And now she's disappointed, and I'm like, well, shit, whatever.
Don't worry, I would have done the exact same thing. There aren't many decisions where I would have gone where Johnny went, but that is something that I would have done in Johnny's place.
And this is why you two are in the same party.
Yeah.
I would have jumped in and started parrying blows. Is what I would have done.
Yeah, but Brokir's a bro, man.
That's what Brokir does.
Yeah, that's what Brokir does.
Like even if that was like Sadi was there and
the thing you got to think of my character too. I'm a fucking tech nerd. Like I hack into things and shoot people with guns. I'm not one to go and.
Failed the hack.
The only reason I'm tough right now is because like I'm athletic.
No.
Oh fuck. Anyway.
You're the computer nerd who can run for a while.
I can really. Well, I'm really tough in a sense now, but I'm just not. Like expressing
you
it.
have like 60 strength, like 2 unnatural, aren't you? Like
no, I'm 40 strength.
Johnny,
1 unnatural.
You do feel Sadi just woke up.
Okay.
You guys are pretty close to each other.
Can
she's regained consciousness in the other room.
Can I try and like talk to her? Like try to do a telepath quest?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you're on your feet. It like hurts to walk a little bit, but you're good.
I'll just try and call out the Sadi in my head then.
Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, she's in the other room.
Yeah. And I'll go over and go up to her bed, down. Is she awake?
She as you walk in, so she's like on her bed, right? And there's like not a nightstand, but there's like a bedside.
Is she not in the same casket thing Johnny was?
Well, she's on a much more ornate one.
Right. I think it was like more in because they're in the.
She's gotten moved out of her, like the medical table. She's just resting.
Right. But she's
That's
awake.
what I'm talking. Yeah, and on her nightstand is an empty sheath and a feather.
Right.
And
I realize I know about the feather, and I
Yeah, she has
understand
her
what just
hand,
happened.
It is not the same color as the one Carloso gave you.
Right.
In fact, it looks like a very different feather.
Right.
And she looks and goes, "Oh, you're awake."
Yeah, I could feel it from you. Sadi, what happened? What was the point of that? Like, why were they beating you down like that?
We were just training.
You were training, and they completely made. Is this normal for you to go to the hospital?
I'm lucky I didn't die.
Yes, Lucky. Were you trying to kill yourself?
Well, there's no point in me existing unless I can defend myself
That's
from those
true.
more powerful than me.
I guess, but you don't have to go like max level in order to do that.
I do.
I worry about you sometimes, Sadi.
I worry about you too.
I scratch her head, and I'll go through her hair and scratch it.
When you go to touch her, she actually like puts her hand up, like, "I hurt. Please don't touch me."
Oh, okay, that's fair. She's in pain. I don't think. Sorry. I guess I'm healing better than you are right now.
A little bit.
So I heard that you took a deal. The fella. Does Carlos come up after this happens?
Yeah, with Lord Carcobar.
Yeah. So I decided to decline that.
And she looks at you and just blinks a couple times. She goes, "What?"
Yeah, I just wasn't. I don't know him enough to get into that kind of relationship. So with that fella, I need to know him more before I could even like. I know he's helping me with a bunch of things, but
she kind of groans a little bit as she reshifts to just kind of like turn her whole body to look at you,
Right.
And she goes, "You mean to tell me that you declined a mentorship and a sponsorship by one of the most talented fighters that's here right now?"
Yeah, that's the thing.
Why would you do that?
Sadi,
You can.
I'm not that. I'm like you. You know me before I even. I do different things besides fight and like with a sword. That's not my forte.
No one was taking that away from you.
Well, if I want to specialize in something, shouldn't I have the freedom of choice? He didn't even give me options in the contract. Can I use a logic on her? You had a choice.
Yeah, she had a choice, and
yeah.
I said yes because I learned something while on Lenmars. It's a little frightening, actually, but with the way that our world is growing, or at least the direction that it's moving in, there are going to be things that we can't fight with our reality-breaking powers. Sometimes we actually just have to beat it up with just our raw primal strength.
I'm going to cut in. I'm going to say the Ichor, right?
No.
Not the Ichor?
No.
So, okay, if it's not the Ichor, then the Void in the the Void? I don't know about the Void. I know Gaspar is a part of the Void, and
you can't fight the Void with powers.
You need Celestials, yeah.
Well, Celestials are designed to fight the Void, to keep it back, and they're not even designed to destroy it permanently.
You're saying the Void's getting too much. How do you know this? Who were you talking to?
And she, when you ask how does she know this, she looks at you and she goes, "I don't know if I can tell you."
If we get married, can you tell me?
Well, Is that even going to happen?
Do you not want that now?
I want it more than anything. But do you?
Yeah. I'll just smile at her when I did that.
All right. Well, Johnny, it's been a long day for me. Why don't we talk about this later?
Okay.
I need to rest.
Can I scrutinize to see how she's doing? Like out of
Oh, yeah.
after those words?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
You can make a Medicae and a scrutiny. We'll start with the Medicae first. Nearly every bone in her body is broken.
Mm-hmm. She's hurting. She doesn't want to deal with me right now. She's kind of disappointed that I didn't take it. And
with the scrutiny, there's a lot of uncertainty, and you do notice something right away. The eternal unbreaking chains that held you two together seem a lot more fickle and less adamant than before.
So it's getting weaker as she doesn't want to be with me anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, it's getting weaker. Don't assume things. It's getting weaker. That's all you know.
Oh yeah, I know. Like she's gonna try to end the relationship now for some reason after.
No, you're assuming too much.
Oh, okay.
Jumping to conclusions.
Okay.
Hold up, Johnny. You're an intelligence character. Stop doing that.
I'm more perceptive, so I should. That's what you should say. Like, you're a perception character. You should realize this. This is not something you shouldn't. Okay. All right. Okay.
She does, however, blow you a kiss.
Oh, before I leave. Oh, and I'll put it up to my cheek, and then I'll blow her one back. Just
by the time you blow her one back, she's already passed out.
Of course. And then I'll go up to the door and I'll look in, and then
when you go to the door, there's a small cluster of birds.
Oh, I'm assuming Carlos.
Just watching.
Right. Oh, no, those are his minions. His eyes.
None of these birds have the black plumage of.
Okay.
You know, that Carloso had.
Yeah.
All of these ones are. It's like a. It's not golden, but it's like a bright yellow.
Okay.
Or it's like a rich yellow. Sorry. Shiny yellow. And they stare up to look at you, and then they just fly away. Into the room towards Sadi, and you just kind of see them go, like they just fly into the sheath of the weapon.
Okay, cool.
And then you see a hilt form.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no noise. It's just dead quiet.
So she got her weapon. Cool. That's nice. Okay. I guess I'll go. I don't even know what I should do now. Should I go try and talk to the Narcissus and stuff? Not a Narcissus. Not a
There's a Narcissus 13. There was a Narcissus second prototype.
Any other Prathians on board?
That's something you'd have to inquire about. You may not have clearance to know that, but you do know Sadi's on board, the sisters are on board. Question mark for the rest.
Well, I'll go to the sisters and I'll inquire. Shouldn't just directly ask. Maybe I can get a job from something. Or I just go to inquire. So I don't really need to inquire that. Fuck. So I'll go find the sisters first. Let's just do that.
All right, so you go find the sisters. They're still in the dojo. They're sparring with Brooke here.
Oh.
And they're actually both of them are fighting him, but one's on his direct right, one's on his direct left, and they kind of circle and rotate, but they're always complete opposite sides because he has so many arms. They're trying to teach him how to fucking use them against multiple opponents. Brooke here.
Yeah.
But sisters are not nice people, and they do
I
not
did
pull their
listen to
blows.
You know
In
what happened to me,
fact,
so here we go.
They do not pull your blows. A single hit, actually, except on your synthetic side, you can kind of
Gonna
feel
hurt.
like if I take another hit to that same spot, the bones will crack.
Okay. Can I try and parry and do my own blows?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what we're gonna
Okay.
do is I'm gonna need you to make dodges, and for every successful dodge out of 4 separate tries, you get to do a hit back.
Can I do a
And then you
parry
get
instead?
4 parries, and then
Oh.
for every successful parry, you get a hit back.
Okay, cool. I can do that. So 4 dodges.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, that
Okay.
running a little slow here. I don't know why.
Oof. This is without your armor.
Okay. They're not showing up. I sent them. I put in 4.
No, they show. Yeah, you
Oh, there they
you
go.
passed them all. So, go ahead and make me
And then,
4
do I want me to roll
4d100
attacks
for
now
attack
or roll
rolls.
attacks later?
No, 4 now. So you're quick, you're nimble. You're only taking glancing blows because you have a lot of bulk to get out of the way, and you're not familiar with that hind end, but you're guarding it pretty well.
How do you have 94 dodge?
But he has a really high agility. He has an unnatural agility, and then dodge itself, he probably has almost maxed out.
Plus step aside, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, step aside doesn't give you more dodge. It just gives you an extra dodge.
Yeah, I
I actually
so
picked up unarmed mastery. So,
Hey, Viridian has that too.
huh?
Okay. 2 more.
nice.
Oh, okay. 1, actually 2 will hit. You'll land 1 blow on each of the girls so far.
Okay. So now I get my parries.
You get your parries. This time, they realize that they need to pick up the pace. So they're now going to start doing inescapable attacks.
So what's my disadvantage?
Your disadvantage will be a -70 to all hits,
Minus
or all
70?
dodges. Yeah, -70.
What about parries?
Parries, same thing. -70
minus-
parry or
oh.
dodge.
I
So,
wonder if I can actually even physically parry.
You should
these.
try like a parry and a dodge.
No, just do
I've done my dodges. I have to do my parries now.
I think
So-
this is like a new
you,
set.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I
so what
dodged
is your
and I hit.
parry?
I think I can. I do have over 70 weapon skill, and my parry's maxed out. So I
Okay.
can technically parry these if I roll.
Yeah, because what Matt just says, she's doing it again, like to
All right.
to hit you.
Keep going.
Yeah, minus 70.
Yo.
Nope.
Oh no. Hits are coming in faster, harder.
Ah.
Oh, almost there. We're going down. Keep going down.
Minus
Keep going down. 1 more.
70.
All
Nope.
right, so
I would
the
use a fate point.
onslaught.
Can I use a fate point to try and reroll one? of these?
Absolutely.
I
That's what
will.
this is what fate points are for, man.
Minus 70. Ooh, it hurts.
Mhm,
It hurts so
mhm.
good.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Burn it.
The
but I don't
onslaught
have
is
the
too much. They picked the pace up 100-fold, and it was just you're covered in bruises, except your synthetic side. Your synthetic
Yeah.
side is like you can feel.
I'm still guessing I'm beating the shit out of.
synthetic muscles tighten from the impact, so you're gonna have to stretch that out. But you like yoga.
Yeah, I do
Um,
my yoga.
The rest of you, each blow is some of them were hard enough to split the skin. So you come out looking like someone went to town on your face, your body
Yeah,
just.
Johnny pretty much gets in there just in time to watch me like land 2 blows, and then they just beat the shit out of me.
This time
And,
though, when like, can I try and do something when I go to see this time?
Well, you walk in at the very tail end of his. trip.
Okay, so I literally can't save him.
Yeah, not this time. So
Okay.
you walk in and he's just
Shit, I'm like, holy fuck.
smack him down. It's just like, oh, that was fucking brutal.
I'm gonna go up to him and try to give him a shoulder. Can I do a Medicate test on him?
Yep.
Brokir's twitching on the ground.
Nice. Intelligence is 50. Oh.
Okay.
So I'm guessing I was at 0 now.
But I'm going to bring him to the hospital because I'm sure he's fucked up completely, right? Or does he have to do his
No,
toughness
they
checks?
didn't do the overkill beatdown where they basically, the moment you're down, they
my
continue to
regen
hit
will
you.
have me up in a little bit.
So
Yeah,
unlike me, I just I didn't even get anything on it. I didn't get to the next stage.
you get popped back up, Hayden, after Kimder gives you some HPs.
Oh,
You were at 1. They left you at 1.
Okay, so I still heal up pretty fast with my HP 8, so just
Yeah,
pop
so
up.
just and you can actually see physically with that much regen that you can see the scars closing over the bruises fade. It's just like, ow, fuck.
Yeah. Ugh.
So they definitely aren't going to mess with Viridian, hopefully.
Oh, I think they're gonna keep. Oh, Viridian, no, probably.
Loki will just get up. And
you had nothing to do anyway.
you guys are strong.
You're there for your 7 days in your room doing the spell.
Yeah, after he gets that armor up, he wouldn't mind practicing with them. Oh man, that would be fun.
Yeah.
You would die. Your soul would be distributed.
Basically, if you walked in there, they'd treat you like a practice dummy on a fighting game. Can I combo this thing out before it starts to regen?
And you have 1 fate point.
You'd be juggled. You'd be like in the air as they.
Yeah, you'd be combo juggled tag team style.
I do have some weapon skill now, and I have Combat Master, which negates advantages from 2 people getting together.
Buddy, they give you a -70 to dodge and parry.
I couldn't parry anyway. Yeah, I would drop the stick they gave me and try to punch them. He doesn't know how to use a stick. He knows how to punch things a little bit.
I think you die.
So
I get after this, I'll just go do yoga, and I guess throughout the days that we're here, I'll just rotate between magic in the morning, see if they're there to spar, and then I'll do yoga for the rest of the day.
there are extra spaces on the tatami mats for personal reflection and stretching and warming up. This is just the center area. It's a very large room.
Brokio's gonna go off to the side and start doing some yoga to stretch out those synthetic muscles back out.
Oh god.
He likes his yoga.
Yep. If you were looking for an Anarsis, Anarsis 13 is on board.
Oh.
So. And she actually is kind of leaning against the wall, kind of looking at these two.
Anarsis 13 is?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like she was watching. She kind of came in right after you.
Right.
But she doesn't exactly have that subtle thing. It's basically a shout anytime she goes anywhere, just by sheer aura.
Right.
Like, don't just.
Is she ignoring me
first,
completely, or Narcissus?
She just kind of says, "Go ahead. You were here first."
To me?
It looks like you wanted to go talk to the sisters.
Yes, but I was going to inquire into if there's anyone else on the board that's say Prathan or anything like that. But I think that information is probably classified. So if you want to talk to them, you can go ahead. I kind of changed my mind to talk myself out of it.
Okay. Yeah. So when she walks up and she's like, I was told by Dresh that I'm gonna need some more training if I'm gonna be useful. So, all right. And she does a bow, and the sisters replaced their the wooden staves with these big old metal bars that look black, and a force field pops up around the room that you can watch through.
Oh yeah,
they don't even give her a weapon though. And the sister shouts at her, "Kata form 1," and immediately attacks, and she barely gets there in time to do the defensive kata to block the dual incoming strikes. And at that point, once the blows start raining in, the noise dampener goes up, so you guys can't hear anything on the inside. It looks like she's struggling.
A Narcissus 13?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I do
against
an
two.
awareness to try and follow the fight?
Yeah, you can. Narcissus has these big, heavy-looking
Nope.
on her major
Yep.
weight points. So wrists, legs, or ankles. One around the neck. One around the it looks like she's wearing a weight vest.
Am I catching anything interesting about the fight on how those two
They
fight,
are
for
treating
example?
her just like they treated you and Sadi. No mercy for any strike. Doesn't
Right.
matter how much damage it causes.
You play hard mode or you don't play at all.
Well, with the sisters, yeah, there's
Yeah.
no point in.
Yeah, this is nightmare difficulty on some game.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason for mercy.
Yep.
'Cause if you're shown mercy, you might show mercy when you can't afford it.
Yeah.
And it also helps you to learn what real pain feels like.
Yeah, the thing is they're a little overkill, like in that sense, especially for my level.
Yeah, well, that's the Brathen thing.
Yeah.
If you can't have the best, why bother? Yes, it may hurt. Yes, you may lose countless times, but eventually, the first time you win, it's like, I'm actually a badass.
Oh yeah, after that first duel, Brokir's hooked. He's gonna try and get as many spars as he can.
All right.
Physically capable of doing with not
with
dying.
your Regen 8,
Yeah, exactly.
you can do it. The biggest limiter, though,
Is
is
the stop to
that
do yoga.
synthetic side of you. While very good in taking blows, it kind of locks up after a while, kind of like the way torn down muscle does. Like it's so stiff, like you really have struggle time moving it. So it requires a lot of stretching to get it back.
Can I just do that then, like yoga, and then every time it's up and ready, I'll just go for a spar and then sleep.
Every time though, because it doesn't have any downtime for repair though, because you're doing stress workouts. It gets a little harder each time to get it back to.
Doesn't
fight
it
ready.
share with my regen?
It does, but remember, it's twice as slow.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I don't want to cripple myself or nothing, but I'll just do as many as I can physically fit in.
Yeah, so basically, the barrier drops after a while, and Narcissus kind of just slowly picks herself up. Her leg does not look like it's pointing at
Intact.
the right angle, and there's this kind of dark green blood all over the mats.
Does it look like she need help?
Yeah, no, she got her shit wrecked.
I'll go up
She has
and-
all those
Yeah,
weights
no.
on her.
I'll go up and
Yeah,
try to help
Brokir's
her.
gonna go help. Yeah, Brokir's gonna
she-
go help as well.
The moment someone tries to touch her, she throws out a hand, kind of like swipe, get away from me type of thing. And she looks very angry. She
Okay.
probably hasn't lost in a long time.
Are you sure I can? Do you want me not to do a Medicaid test on you, or are you fine?
Get the fuck away from me. I don't need this shit right now.
Okay,
She
Narcissus.
kind of shuffles out of the room, just absolutely livid. It doesn't look like at you, but
Yeah.
it just.
I know.
What just happened? Yeah.
Brokir will just shout out like "Get well soon" as she.
I'll look at Broker and I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
The bot comes out and starts cleaning the floors.
And then I'll look to the sisters. Can I talk now, or do I have to fight again?
You can speak.
I'm curious. I don't know all your customs, so just say it's classified if you can't tell me, all right? So is there anyone I can talk to other than you that are Praethans?
Saudi.
Besides Saudi?
No.
No? Can I talk to you guys?
You're talking to us now.
But can I ask about things about the Praethans or no? Maybe? Okay. Can you tell me it's classified instead of killing me if I ask something too sensitive?
We'll think about it.
Oh shit. You'll think. Okay. Just think of Saudi in this case. Hope don't make her feel bad. So after I ask that, I'll ask since I'm trying to be more useful for Saudi, and in the coming months, I want to be I want to know more about her and more about your guys' culture, but I also want to be effective and be enough to protect her. Even if I'm not the strongest guy, I still understand the meaning of protection, especially someone you love. But is it possible to, say, get a job for you guys, especially in the information business?
Maybe. To prove your worth, and you showed a very severe lack of it earlier.
Which part? When I didn't save Saudi?
You watched your betrothed to be beaten.
Yes, and I explained why that happened, and I understand it now. So I'll ask again. If that's the case, then I understand.
Prove yourself.
In what way would you like me to prove yourself?
Beat me and
figure it
my
out.
sister in a duel.
A duel of wits?
Oh man.
Oh no. You wouldn't win in the slightest. There's no chance whatsoever.
So
She just crosses her arms.
All right. So if I can't win you in a game of duel or wits, can I win you in a game of chance?
A game of what?
Chance? Acceptable. And she walks over and pulls out a beautiful wooden box, enameled.
Now
engraved,
you've
and
done it.
She opens the box, and she pulls out this knife, and the blade is this kind of shimmering, almost translucent thing.
Right.
Vorpal blade, sharpest weapon in existence. There's nothing it can't cut through.
I think as long as it's not a
Cuts through
void
the
weapon.
fabric of time.
Oh. That sounds
Game of
lovely.
Chance. I'm going to throw this in the air, and you need to juggle it.
He
You need
needs
to
to
juggle
what?
it, eh?
The way you
That's
will
not a
juggle
game
it
of
is you will
chance.
strike it with a weapon of your choice, whether it's a bullet, staff, striking it with your hand. And the way it'll work is if you can juggle this 3 times in the air and catch it, that will be constituted as a win. And we will consider your request with more seriousness. Single
Whoa.
cut. Your person with this is death.
So I need to
Where it will
use.
sever your soul from your body in a single slice.
Ah, you're wonderful.
Johnny,
You're
why?
wonderful.
Johnny.
So what would I need for this? Do I need sleight of hand, or what do I need?
Dropping the blade means failure.
Okay.
So it's up to you. You can pick a weapon. The Sovereign herself juggled a blade just like this with a gun. She fired and shot the hilt up.
I don't have a gun right now, though. What am I supposed
We
to
will
use?
provide you with the gun if you wish. Solid projectile is the one you were going to want to use.
I don't have solid projectile, so I will have to use
Then
a
you will
weapon.
either have to strike it with another weapon.
Right.
Remember, the blade will cut through whatever you strike with it if you hit the blade itself. Needs to be the hilt or
Right.
the crossguard.
Right. Perception is important.
You
in
can
this search,
strike
right?
it with your hands.
Right.
Most dangerous, but most effective, for you have more control.
And this is just Prathan juggling. It shouldn't be too hard for you, right, Johnny?
Right.
Indeed. This is an honor and in tradition from the Sovereign herself, for she did the very same thing to get favor from a court from an individual who she had no business asking.
Well,
The same stakes are on the line here that the Sovereign herself had to undergo.
this doesn't seem fair.
She was at your power level at the time.
Oh, feels bad. Feel is bad.
And the individual who was making her do the juggling,
I know.
if she failed, it meant death instead of shame.
Right.
And the death would have been cruel.
I'm just saying
So-
this is a hard way to get contact network. But right.
But hey, instead of asking Saudi, you'll get a Sister and Asara's approval instead, which is way, way up there, and they have much more influence on that contact network.
He can't have someone step in and do it for him, I'm guessing, though.
I mean, that would be a true information broker to have a middleman to do it for him, though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's big risk, but big reward. Each time the blade is struck, it comes down with more speed, and it
Oh,
will
let me mute
always-
myself real quick.
It will always spin wildly. That is the game of chance you selected.
Jesus.
Sounds good.
Vorpal blades do not follow the normal laws of physics, and they are very hard to track with your eyes, for the hilt is made of glass.
Too bad I couldn't use my eye powers that you took out of me, Matt.
Too bad you didn't find a way to put them back in your head, dude.
Oh, I didn't
There's that
realize I
medical
could
bit.
go to the place. I didn't realize. I thought I could
Your
do it.
choice. We will not offer this again.
No, it's okay.
What is your weapon of choice?
Provide me with a weapon.
What do you want?
Whatever you provide.
Strike it with your
Why?
hands.
Yeah, like
Strike with my
It
hands.
will actually be harder, although it's safer. But if you do happen to strike the blade as it comes down instead of the hilt, you will perish.
Right.
Unless someone can catch your soul as it leaves your body.
Right.
how does somebody? I'm gonna hover around and be like, how does somebody catch a soul? What is
This
this?
celestial should be easy for you.
Uh,
And I don't think he's talked to any death people.
Nope, Voki has talked to pretty much jack shit. Except for James. I'm pretty sure the only in-bird person who's
Do you
ever
accept?
talked to was James.
I do.
Are you gonna do this?
She
man?
throws the blade
Really?
up with no hesitation, no further waiting to ask if you're ready. And instead of, you can do whatever you need to do to get that blade to go back up for another toss in the air. So that means if you need to grab it by the hilt and throw it back up,
Yep.
as long as you don't grab it and just hold it.
Good thing I'm a deviation psyker, so I just used my my precognition for 4 levels of psi rating.
Is that Scryer's gaze or what?
No, precognition, so it's rerolls.
Okay.
So I get 4 rerolls.
Go ahead and post it in the chat.
Yep.
That's pretty clutch, man. Gotta admit.
Interesting. Cool pick. All right, so the blade comes down. It is going to be a sleight of hand minus 30 for the first incoming.
And I just want to say that I'm getting ready to catch a
It is
soul.
hard to see as it comes down, as it kind of glimmers and kind of fades in and out of visual ability.
Right.
I'm guessing there's not allowed any interference, right?
Probably not,
Yeah.
but really, it all comes down to what you perceive as should I interfere or not, because he thought the same thing and he got punished for it. But in this case, that could be the real deal or not. All right, where's that sleight of hand? Minus 20.
It's gotta be sleight of hand, does it?
I only have a 12% chance.
Uh-oh.
Couldn't get it. I don't have the knowledge or the.
Sleight of hands is showing how dexterous you are and able to like do something very quick with your hands.
Reroll it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am.
Wait, are you not using the sleight of hand skill? You're just using raw agility?
Yes.
Okay. If you can.
Oh, it's not agility. It's look at the bottom part. It's 52 minus. No,
Sleight
I
of
don't. I
hand.
don't gain the first one. No, you're right. You're right. It is sleight of hand since it's not agility in this
Because if
case.
you don't have sleight of hand, it's a minus 20.
Yeah,
And then
no.
they gave you a minus 20 in addition, so it's minus 40.
So
There is a sleight of hand skill, yep. I think.
oh, I don't know why it rolled agility for me.
Oh, that's what you have to roll instead. Because if you don't have the sleight of hand skill, you have to roll on its base stat, what its derivative is. Ooh, close. All right, you have a choice. You can go for it, or you can get out of the way and let it fall.
The thing is, I still have one more.
Okay. But remember, you have to do this 3 times, and it gets harder each time.
Is there a luck involved if he goes for it?
No.
Maybe. No.
I could roll luck. I get 5 plus 4 is 9. I get that luck because I think it's a free action.
It's your call here, man.
That would give me the first one for sure. I mean, well, the 20 out of 12, right?
I don't know how that works. It's kind of cutting in and out.
I would have to add it from experience.
Is it a psychic ability from called luck?
It's not the core rulebook. It's the Be Within or something. One of the
Get it?
psychic powers. Can I get it?
Did you buy it?
Not yet. I still have experience
no.
for it though. Yeah, but not during combat, like you said. It was,
So you're gonna have to dodge. So dodge and let it fall.
Okay.
Okay. You step clear out of the way, and it beds blade down into the tatami mat, all the way to the hilt. And Sarah pulls it out and sets it back in the box, closes it. You can leave.
Cool.
Oh.
So much for chance at my very low chance.
You can still get in through Saudi, just not through them.
Yeah, too bad I didn't have the things for sleight of hand. I thought it was general, not fucking knowledge.
You never know when you need sleight of hand.
No, I completely thought of that too. Just it's knowledge.
Or maybe you could have gotten a gun and shot it with ballistic skill and actually had a chance.
Yeah. You don't have solid projectile?
Oh, I do have weapon skills. Just I don't
They
have
would've
solid
provided you with
projectiles. Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason. And you wouldn't let me use it. You said my hands was the only thing. You said you wouldn't let me.
No, I said you can use a sword or a bow, basically any weapon of your choice to keep this thing cycling.
And what
and
you
then
said
you
is
told them
what do you
to
suggest?
give me what weapon you will give me, and they're like, "Yeah, use your hands."
Right. So that was nice of you, of course, but
Well, they don't like you.
Yeah, they don't. They're not likable people at all.
it's fine.
No, like I think one person's made a friend of them, and that was because they were impressed by a display of martial prowess.
Really, all I wanted him to do when I asked for a weapon was give me one. So because I couldn't
That's
think.
what your hands are your weapons.
Well, not one that I'm good at. I'd rather do something I'm good at than compared to not.
Man,
know what you're good at.
it's almost like somebody offered to train you to be good at it.
That was probably less than.
Whatever.
It happens. Things happen. Opportunities fall away. And it was a game of chance because you have to roll and roll and roll and pray that you get good enough rolls that you can keep that thing going.
Yeah.
But hey, at least you get to live. Unlike Aki, who basically had a Cirque member stare at her and go, "I hope you can do what I told you to do.
Right.
I would hate for something horrible to happen to you."
Panics and fires the Dirge of Cerberus at the weapon, thinking that it'll just destroy it, but in turn it just juggles it up one more time, and I have to continue the process, and it's just generally cancer.
Oh, dude, that
Deep
session,
breath,
everyone else watching was like, "What the fuck?"
I actually poop my pants.
Hey, man.
A little bit.
You did it.
Can I do my last sleight of hand to see if I would have got it since I had one more reroll?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay. Broker, that was a display of just danger. Because the moment they start pulling out unfamiliar weaponry, it's like, why?
I was hovering around, waiting to catch his soul in case anything bad happened. I'm kind of creeped out why this just randomly had to happen.
You, Squire,
It's like,
Celestial.
oh hey, you yeah. No, yeah. Are they talking
Do
to me?
not speak of this weaponry.
Do I not speak what?
Do not speak of the weapon they showed.
Okay.
It's a gift from the Sovereign herself. I'd rather you not disseminate the information.
Okay, so you're cutting in and out. I can't really hear you.
So basically, the Vorpal Blade.
Yeah.
They're like, I know you saw us pull it out and we explained it and you were there for listening. Don't go talking about that we have one. Or don't go, hey, I found a thing called a Vorpal Blade. Don't.
So they want me to
They're
keep
saying,
quiet.
don't go asking about it.
I'm
Not
just
for
gonna
you
look
to
at them
know.
and just say that looks like a horrendously mean weapon, and I don't think
It
I want
is.
it.
The Cirques, or the Cirque de. Actually, no, you'll have to find that out.
Blow, blow, blow.
They are the ones who make and use these, and they've only ever passed on 3 to outsiders from the Harbingers. Aki is the recipient of those 3, and she has given us one of those 3. A gift.
So,
And we only use it upon her tradition.
huh. That is I guess that's pretty cool, but it still seems like a pretty deviously evil blade.
It is an evil weapon.
Does
Alice,
it
the
destroy
blade
the
juggler,
soul,
is
or-
the user of these. She makes them, and she juggles them as many as she can.
Says not to disseminate information about the weapon. Proceeds to give
Oh.
full rundown of what the weapon is.
It's also
That is-
hashtag test.
that is
No, they
very
said don't
ballsy.
disseminate the information about the weapon.
Boki was like, yeah,
We'll tell.
I don't care. Boki was like, yeah, I won't tell anyone. He's a pretty.
You see a
trustful
girl
guy.
dressed in all white with madness in her eyes, saying, "Would you like to come to our show?" Say no.
I will keep that in mind. I thank you for passing on this information.
That was kind of
Um,
vague, though, but yeah, sure.
I
Time for
think
round
it
2.
covers enough.
This time we'll be testing your footwork. You have 4. There's 2 of us.
Mhm.
Stay on your feet as long as you can.
So is it just dodging and blocking then?
Basically, they're testing you to. They're always hacking up, down. Basically, your ability to move around the battlefield, to shift. To... Oh, look! You used the
Johnny.
1.
Johnny, why?
No, you're welcome. Well, I get my
Oh.
precognition now for you because I'm gonna send you 4 extra rerolls.
Oh shit!
Make that
Thanks.
8.
I didn't know you could do that.
Because it's a 1.
Oh,
Huh?
thank you, but I
Make
thank
that
you a
8
lot,
rerolls?
but you-
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a 1.
Okay, I accept that.
Oh shit. Okay. So, just dodge that.
Yeah. You're gonna make
Is it minus 70?
Yes, it will. And you're gonna need to make 2 for each leg, and that'll conclude the session. Because they're not gonna stop until you're on the ground, because that's how they work. But
Reroll.
Yeah.
You got sidestep too, don't you? So, or does that only
Yeah.
with your 2?
Step aside works,
Yeah.
but this is kind of its own thing. But damn it,
Reroll.
I'll use another one. Yep. I will pass eventually. Damn, that minus 7.
you could just roll a 1d100.
Luck.
That's a luck. That's
Yeah.
a 1 off. Go ahead and roll 50 or less. Don't suck a dick.
Nice.
Oh.
Suck a dick. All right. Yep. 1 pass. Awesome.
With only
Okay,
3
so
used, so that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And want me to just roll a 1d100 then? And get that below 24?
Just keep rolling 1d100s because we know the target number. It's 24.
Okay.
That'll save you time having to go in and be like, put it in the negative and put it in this and whatever.
Reroll.
Nope. I will roll. Reroll.
Roll.
Reroll.
6, 7. Last one.
Hey,
There you
I
go.
just
There you
Right
go.
on.
There's 2
2
dodges. You
dodges.
need 2 more, but you're out of the precog dodges, which means you have your step aside. You can use your parries.
Okay, step aside. No, and
Oh, too bad.
that's 1 hit, and
Use a fate point now, I'd say.
but I can't use my 2 parries to try and
Yes, I'm saying you can use your 2 parries.
Oh, okay, nice.
minus 70.
Oh,
The
Full
last
steal?
parry I have,
you got
I
you got
don't have-
rerolls though.
I have 1 more parry, and then I have fate point.
Oh, well, fate point.
Yeah. This minus 70 is deadly.
Don't say it. Just accept it.
Yeah, no, yeah. That leg gets hit, so then now you gotta dodge 1 more leg.
No, that was
Yep.
it. The 2. I thought you said
No,
2.
You get 1 more leg.
Oh, okay.
One more leg to dodge.
Yeah, that hits. And
Point? Or are you out?
You can use a fate point on this. You got 3 or 4,
I
don't
have
you?
I have 1 more fate point because I have 3 left.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll
Because
use mine.
you were good on defense for your 2 legs, but your other 2 legs, your hind legs, are just getting hammered.
Okay. Oh, this is. I really want to pass this. Damn.
Just say you.
Oh.
Oh no.
Shit.
All right, so
That-
you're on the
that's all.
ground, just and they help drag you over to the other area. You will be done for the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Synthetics are seizing at the moment because of the impacts, which is very painful because they contract harder than normal muscles.
So it's like having a mini heart attack. Or a
It's,
full-blown
it's
heart
more like
attack.
having a muscle cramp from hell.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Did I save like a lot of his health from not from that dodge attempts? Like, did he?
Yeah, no, you definitely helped him. That was good.
Okay.
no. I made it to the very last. It was the very last flurry that took me out. So that's
Okay,
probably
because I don't know
taken
how bad
Well,
they would have hurt
The
you.
thing is making progress with them at all is significant, and he
Yeah.
passed on 2 of the 4. So he was 2 for 4, which is good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they kind of tap you on your shoulder with a stick. Footwork is important, especially for those with more than 2 legs. More to.
Yeah, thank you. I'll
track
work
of.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
And Broker doesn't even give a crap that they're like hitting him as hard, like they're beating the crap out of him. He's like, "This is training. I like it."
So when precognition happened, the way we would have roleplayed it is that I would have told him what was coming and everything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much I just get like, "Here, Johnny, like right behind
Like-
your left knee," and I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay."
left knee,
Alright,
right knee.
So,
Left front knee.
we're gonna run through a couple more days because if I'm actually trying to get us back to the Ark.
Yeah.
So this will be over a couple days.
Mhm.
Last 2 days though. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to talk to. I gotta go see Sadi, but you can do your first thing. You can do your first thing.
Hey guys, I'm actually gonna have to leave here pretty soon for dinner, but I'll be able to come back in a few hours.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'll
I'll just stay with the exact same shit I'm doing. You guys do your shit. I'll just do the training and yoga and all that lovely sense. And I probably got to go to get ready here, but I'll let you guys know when I'm back on. Okay, you guys have fun.
See you then.
Yeah, peace.
So I'm going to go see Sadi now. I'm sure she's up and about. And so when I get in, is she still at her bed, or what's happening with her? She feeling better?
No, she's back in her room.
Back in her room. So I'll go. So after I notice she's not there.
Just chilling.
Okay, I'll since I notice she's not in the hospital room, I'll go to her personal quarters. I guess I'll call ahead though. I'm like, hey, Sadi, do you have a minute?
Yes. What is it?
I just wanted to talk to you if that's all right.
Well, sure. What? Go ahead.
In person? Is that not a thing?
Well, no, you're at her room.
Oh no, I see. I called after I went to the hospital room and she wasn't there. I was like, oh, so I called ahead, and then
Oh, you called ahead. That's cool.
Yeah, fuck off. And then so that's why that does make sense to me. So then I was like, can we meet in person?
I'm kind of confined to my bed currently, but sure.
Okay. As I'm doing that, I open the door. As like the moment I say that, like I was like already expecting to come in. I was like,
Yeah, you're outside the door, like, let me in.
I was like, can I come in? Oh shit. Anyway, so I open the door and like put my hand over it, and what happens after that? Like when I make myself known.
When you open the door, it's so you remember seeing that flock of birds, right?
Yeah.
There's 10 times more of them just kind of chilling around the room, chirping and whatnot.
Right.
And she just goes, "Oh, hi. Careful not to step on any of them."
Yeah, it's your sword, eh?
No.
That's odd. I saw the birds go into your hilt earlier.
Oh, it's a gift that was a power, or, well, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I can control these birds.
Interesting. So you do that psychopathically, or?
I can control them with my mind, but I haven't gotten the knack for it yet. Carloso said that I would after I practiced.
When do you plan on practicing?
And she just kind of looks down at her, beaten body. She just goes, "When I can get out of this bed."
Is there anything? Is there anything I do to help?
Make me a awareness test, though.
She being forthcoming.
Yeah, this is around the room.
And reroll. -10. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a cacophony of noise. Just
Roll that fate point. Fate point it. Do it.
Oh, Frager. Man, I miss my goddamn implants. Oh, it feels bad.
at least you're not suffering like Duresh did when he was in a trash can robot. He was really missing his implants.
Yeah, free roll. You go 96, 78, so it's going to be a 60, 67? It's going to be a 67.
60.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, no, okay. There's one bird that is different color in the room.
Okay.
Because these ones are golden.
Right.
Or yellow gold. There's this kind of midnight black that the traditional raven colors. Like it's so black it's purple.
Right.
And it has this beady red eye compared to the others, and it just kind of sitting in the corner looking around. And that's out of place.
Okay. Once I notice that, I'll give it a stare down. I'll be like, give it the eyebrow, like, Carlos.
It just does the bird thing where it cocks its head and tries to look at you from all different angles.
So when I say Carloso, does it do anything?
It kind of jerks its head back. All the other birds, though, when you say it, kind of look up at that bird, kind of like, intruder.
Oh, interesting. Sadi, do you know what this bird is?
And she looks over and goes, "What are you talking about?"
Do you not see the birds?
I can see my birds.
So what's with this black one?
And she's like looking around the room like, Nani?
Can I, get her head and then like, and like nice and easy though, like I'll point at the bird I'm pointing to, and like you can't see that.
You can see it now.
and she sees it once you point it out to her, and she goes, "Oh, that's not mine."
So question mark? Are you alarmed that it's in your room for no reason?
Well, not really. I mean, I have so many other guests in here.
Oh, you mean the birds, or there's other guests?
the birds.
Okay, all right. Right. So do you not see the connection why I'm finding this odd is all?
Well, Carloso said that there would be others like me that I would probably run into, or I would see birds that belong to others in our group.
Oh, so it wouldn't be Carlos's at any chance.
That's not Carloso's. You would know if it's Carloso's. His is much bigger.
Okay, I haven't. Is it? Is it bigger? You haven't even seen mine yet. Okay. So do you ever get in contact with them, or are they just chilling?
Oh, well, he said that they would come speak to me when they're ready, as a lot of them are pretty shy.
Fair enough. So one of them, you mean one of his disciples?
Actually, Carloso told me that he actually was a disciple of somebody else first when he first came here. I'm wondering if that's their bird.
Huh.
There are more birds in the room now, different breeds.
Interesting.
And there's this one very large one with the massive plumage kind of watching over the rest, kind of like, behave.
The massive one, what does that one look like? Is Sadi
all it
noticed?
can be decided. It's a massive bird of prey, similar to that of a very large eagle.
Right.
But it's got this big old plumage that kind of comes out and shoots out from the neck, kind of like the way you can kind of raise the feathers, kind of to make yourself bigger.
Mhm.
But it's different colors. The bird overall is kind of this sand gray color, but it kind of has this little Damascus quality where it just kind of ripples a little bit. But its eyes are pitch black.
Right. As it does that,
Orbs of black.
when I notice it too, and I will give a bow to the one above and turn my attention to Sadi again, and then more or less continue on the conversation of, so are they here for you or me?
Oh, for me.
Of course.
You rejected his offer, didn't you?
I did, but I had to speak with him. I might have reconsidered.
A magpie lands on your shoulder.
Magpie, like poop?
No, like magpie is in the bird.
Okay.
And it just kind of stares at you. It's very. I mean, it's on your shoulder.
Right.
And this bird is a lot heavier than it looks.
Sorry to interrupt. I actually got like a good 30 minutes left, so I'll stay till then.
Okay,
Hey,
cool.
there you go.
Nice.
Just getting a hold of family members. And
All right,
stuff.
so it's getting pretty heavy, but my torso, is it like weight heavy or is it like force heavy? Because
It's like magical pressure heavy.
okay, I don't know if my torso would help out with that or my.
Well, it's not like physical weight. It's like a pressure. You know.
A pressure.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like the way QI.
Should I do a
KI.
psychic science test to
There's two different. You can say it differently.
Cynicians?
Cynicians? Yeah. Should I do a Cynicians test for this?
You can.
Yeah.
Is it a bad thing if I do this?
No.
Roll.
Roll.
Okay.
This is. So, what are you using your Cynicians to discern?
Well, you're saying the pressure, right? It's a magical pressure.
Yeah, it's like a magical pressure.
Yeah.
Are you just trying to discern like
what's the intensity of it? Like, tell me a little about it. Like, can I get anything from
Is
that?
it insidious? Does it have a form? Is it just raw power?
It's almost like a raw force of nature. It's like a gale storm.
A gale storm
is confined within a tiny space around this bird.
Would you almost describe it as the storm that's inside of me right now?
Roll me an influence real quick.
Okay.
All right.
He passed.
So since you like open your mind up to the force that's this bird is giving off, there's only one thing that comes to mind, and it almost feels as if it's like the winds of change.
Okay. That's a good feeling.
And
I like that feeling.
It's not in it's not good, it's not bad. It
No,
just
I know change is good. It's something I'm looking towards as the character. So yeah, okay.
right. But it's not like it's not like evil or insidious
Yeah,
or
it's
like holy
just
or whatever. It's just there. Like
right.
it's just nature.
Okay.
And the bird opens its beak and goes, "You've reconsidered."
Carloso?
Indeed.
Yes. If I wish you would have told me Sadi was getting into this before me, but I will reconsider.
One must always make
If you
for
reconsider. And I'll just go at that. I'll let him decide if he knows what I mean when I ask him to reconsider.
What the fuck?
And what would you have me reconsider, little Johnny?
The connection.
Connection?
And he the magpie hops off your shoulder, and there's a brief explosion of air that kind of just whips around the room as the black feathers of the bird almost just get ripped out by the wind, and then Carloso is suddenly standing in front of you.
Right.
Transportation jutsu.
And he goes,
Or transformation jutsu.
"She doesn't belong to you anymore. Surely you know that you two will always be bonded together, but you were the only person with that connection, and now," he gestures around the room, "there's a whole flock."
I see. But it's weaker now, isn't it?
I'll reconsider on one condition.
What is that?
You pick up a blade.
Fair enough.
You must learn to be good at things that you might not want to be if it means you're going to survive, because there are many, many threats in this place. And you must be prepared to fight all of them. Sadi said that she was willing to be prepared.
I'm prepared for Sadi, and that is now my focus.
That is answer enough then. And he pulls out a scroll from his tunic, and he hands it to you. Sign that in blood, and the deed will be done.
Can't read it over first? What does it say?
One of the birds caws at him.
Oh, what does the scroll say?
Yeah, like what am I signing?
The usual, like, devil in the details, like, you're pledging your life to the cause of this great, and it's very vague, like they don't ever specifically mention any, or they're not specific with what's involved.
Right.
Only that if you sign this, you will grow your wings and fly.
Yeah, and it's forever. Okay.
There's nothing on it that says forever.
No?
No.
I would just change.
There's no concept of time in the document.
It's the vampire thing, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. I'll bite into my finger and cover the assuming it's a quill, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just like poke your finger with the quill, almost like.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll bite into my finger and then I'll spread it over it, and I will put J. JONNY in curvature. And
moment you finish, a very vicious-looking bird of prey kind of struts into the room. This one has a serrated beak.
Right.
And it looks kind of like a raptor.
Right.
Raptor-like bird. Very big. Not as big as the majestic eagle, the plumage, but this one has a malicious aura coming off of it, and
Wonderful.
every step it takes has clack clack of all these talons, and it pops open its wings, and several feathers hit into the ground in front of you, and they take a form, different blades impaled into the ground.
Right. I'm going to. I understand what this situation is. Can I do an awareness to figure out the blade that fits me?
There are 4 to pick from.
Oh, Matt, here I've got. Let me message you.
But the bird, the raptor-like bird, the razorbeak,
Right.
turns and transforms into a person like Carloso did, and she introduces herself as Gull.
Gull. Right.
And,
Wait, like Gull from our video game fighting Gull?
Mm-hmm.
So he would recognize her.
That's it. Is that she's just a character I get to pick? That she's not the blade, right?
Yeah. No, she's
Okay.
like, these are my blades, but find which one suits you best.
Can I do an awareness check to use the ones that I was using in the Tekken fight?
Well, she used guns in the Tekken fight. In
Oh, did
fact,
she? Oh, yeah, she
nothing
was a
about her
combat.
nothing about her represented guns, which was interesting.
But she made that her own thing.
Yeah, no, that's her fighting style, but
Right.
apparently they got it wrong.
Interesting.
Got the character completely wrong.
That's interesting though, that when I played that character, that's what came up in front of me.
Right.
I get an odd sense, like an odd instinct from my perception. I'm like, this is odd. Like, this is too much of a coincidence to be like you showing up in front of me and when you're based in this universe. Like, this is just, I think, and I'm like, I'm gonna refrain from saying I played you in a Tekken game. That's odd. But
my false face. Yes, you will have to have one as well.
that's just odd that you picked up. Okay, false face, eh? Yeah. Cool.
There are 4 main types of blades that you can pick up. You can learn them all, but you will need to know them. They are by weight and use. First, of course, is the short blade. That includes anything that is a knife, or dagger,
Mhm.
or a dueling blade. Second, the short sword, or any of the varieties. It can have any shape or form, but it's by the length of the blade and the type of crossguard and what it's actually used for.
Right.
You can wield 2, and you can wield 1, doesn't matter. The third blade, great weapons of any shape, size, or form that is not a short version of it. So it can be a falchion, any one-handed weapon, all the way up to the great two-handed claymore.
Right.
Fourth, well, that one you'll have to pick up later. Those represent blade of any form, like the razor whip. So basically, master's weapon.
Did he say razor?
Yep, like the midnight razor,
Like,
stuff like that, where it's a razor sword, where when you swing it,
it's not a
can
whip,
get
right? No, that's the
the
only
pieces
razor
to
whip.
disconnect into like a whip, and then reconnect back into a blade, like specialty weapons, specialty blades.
Right. Can I ask for the names of the actual weapons?
They're
Working
mine,
on
so
it.
no.
Never mind.
Oh,
Well, what was that?
I'm working on the names, but if he's not allowed to know, then never mind. I'm sending them to you, Matt.
Yeah.
because I don't know if she wouldn't let me after I asked, but it's more of a random choice, I guess.
These, you will not be able to take these. I'm letting you get a feel for them.
I was more curious of the names of such great weapons.
Exactly. And knowing their true names means you have power. And it is something you have to earn and
No, that's
basically
fine.
overtake.
That's fine. I was just curious as all. So, do any of them look like a bayonetta or a like a fan axe?
No access
here.
to all swords. So basically, it depends on what type of range you want to be fighting at. That's literally what it comes down to. So knife work is the most close and personal.
Right.
And then basically, as you go out in number, it increases the range, except for the specialty blade. Specialty blade can be all of the three together, or an extended range even beyond that. So,
I'm going to send you a picture, and I'm going to ask if it's like that. Discord. I have a weapon in mind that I got a picture for. If you will indulge me enough.
we are the Court of Talons.
Word of
We are
Talons.
everything.
The birds. Yeah.
Each of us represents a unique bird, and that bird will manifest once you have proven yourself.
Right.
And that bird will take on the shape of your personality and character.
Is there like a crow?
You're looking at her. Glorich is our crow.
That's just the crow. Okay.
Or in this case, Kolth the Raven.
Found it. Save image. And spawn folder.
Every type of bird is represented in the court in certain circles. So with that said, we have scavengers, hunters, predators, fighters. Magpie has the stickiest of fingers and the best nose for that of value, whether it be person, item. I am a killer, predator, hunter. Glorich is a scavenger. She picks up the scraps, whether that's information or other. It could be even parts of people.
I'm looking for a bird that sees everything.
That would be his court, or king.
I guess that's what I'm looking for, but if that's not possible, then it is what it is.
Well, no. There is a period of time into which the transformation takes place, and your character already is that of a watcher. You watched your beloved suffer. That's fine. That fits your desires in this case very well.
Fucker. You went a little deep there, didn't you? Oh, shit. Oh,
in this case, they are the birds above. They are the ones who watch from up high, even above some of us. So that's what nobility does. They watch, and then when they must act, they act. But otherwise, they see, observe, and then they strike.
All right, that's...
Make your way into his court, and you will be well respected. But again,
I have to earn it.
during the transformation period and the development of your avian, then we'll determine which of the circles, which of the nests that you will be put into by action.
I'll look down and I'll realize that I'm completely fucked, but I understand why I have to do this now, and I will pick up the close range daggers.
Okay. And so you want to be a close range fighter.
I wish to follow after my mentor, quotation marks, steps, and hopefully follow in his way of business.
And she takes the blades back from you and hands you a dagger hilt. You
Okay.
always give the sheath first.
Yes, I've saw.
And it is up to your power and ability to fill the sheath and form the blade. Because the blade you have is part of you. You would never lose it. No one can ever take it from you. There's also the foci of your power. So the only thing that can happen is it be destroyed. Or lost. That is a much more melancholy fate.
But if it's lost, it can still be found, so better than being
Can be
destroyed. Fair enough, I understand. Enough as I could.
Toward talents. We are birds. So you must look out for yourself. But birds have families. They share their nests. They make connections. And you have someone to share your nest with.
Nice.
If she'll have you, of course.
If she'll have me.
Depending on what nest that you are categorized as, for what type of bird, determines how many parts you can split yourself into. If you're a scavenger, you are a flock, a massive, spanning flock.
Right.
Depending on how strong your will is, you can be everywhere, millions of you, or just a small handful.
Right.
All the way up to our nobility in this case, where you can only be one. But of course, scavengers are at the bottom of the totem pole, and our ability, the watchers, the observers are at the top.
Johnny, you also notice something too when you choose your or you're given your sheath.
Shit.
Yeah.
Throw that down.
Sati also has a plumage, and it's do you know what a golden pheasant is?
Like the animal?
Do you know what a pheasant is?
Yeah, it's a type of rodent,
Okay,
right?
so a golden pheasant is
No,
used
it's a bird.
Oh, I'll Google that
golden
right now.
pheasant is a bird. But
You don't know what a pheasant is?
it's generally considered to be like the most beautiful bird in the world. And when you see Sati,
Oh, yes, I do know this bird. I've seen it on Reddit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Very yes.
you are absolutely enraptured with how beautiful she is. And
if I didn't already know that.
She's very pretty before, but with this
now
plumage,
she's
it almost
just glowing.
adds this magical beauty.
Mm.
So you know what her bird is.
Right.
Birds of paradise.
Bingo.
Of course. That's not the same as mine, though, right?
Her sheath. You also notice that rather than just being a black sheath on the table, it's now rainbow colored.
Right. Okay.
What length is it though, Nordy? Is it a type 1, 2, or 3 blade?
It is. It's a medium range sword. It's like a gladius.
Is it okay? So it's a type. It's a type 3 then.
It's
Type 3 is anything from the half sword on up. So rapier, normal bastard sword, all the way to the great sword. It's a large category. Mm-hmm. All right. So you, depending on your actions from here, you will be. That'll dictate your flock that you end up as.
Is this my time where I should do precognition?
No, it's by roleplay.
Okay.
It'll be over
how
time.
How much do you know about birds, Johnny?
I know the birds from my planet, and I haven't been able to.
It should be rather similar concept then.
If they're the birds from Earth, like Carloso is familiar with, then I do know most, actually.
I mean, it'll be a bit different considering where you are now, but the short of it is, right now, you have no feathers. You have no beak. You have no wings.
Talons.
Talons, nothing. You are a naked chicklet in a nest, and we are going to push you out of the nest one day, and you must be able to fly on your own, or you will hit the ground.
Very hard.
I will eat you, because that's what we do. Or the scavengers will get you.
Someone else says, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's a goal. She's like, predators will eat the defenseless that can't fly. And same with the scavengers. They'll like the vultures and the crows. They'll come get you.
Yeah.
Not in the way you want them to.
Hopefully you let me fly in this game. We're supposed to be heroes in. We'll see. Okay. So what's next then?
And Carloso places a hand on his shoulder, and he goes, next, you learn how to fly. And
Gorgeous.
guys, there's a gust of wind as he literally just rips you out of the room with him, and suddenly you're several thousand feet in the air.
Mm-hmm. Is this my time to use precognition?
Precognition.
You're towering over Lenmars. Or, I'm sorry, where are you right now? Where are they?
They're
They're
going
in
back to the
space.
palace. They're in space.
Okay.
You could have it just be back and
Anywhere
forth.
you want, yeah.
It'll be in the skies above the palace then.
Okay.
One of the robots comes by. You're in restricted airspace, and it blows up.
And Carlosa goes, are you ready?
Yes, Carlos.
He lets go of you.
Yeah, okay.
You're falling.
Yeah.
All
We're
right,
going
Matt,
down,
let's see if you can do
down
what
in a
Bjorn
minute.
did with that wyvern and suddenly find out how not to splat on the ground.
Fly, bitch, fly.
Fly, motherfucker.
Okay, so I'm by myself and I'll be like, birds, I need you right now.
He's gonna
That's
die.
not your power. That's not your power. That's not it.
Birds come. You actually
Oh,
see
shit.
Gull's Razorbeak kind of float in. She's eyeing you hungrily, and a bunch of flocks of scavengers start to come.
Of course. And not
Others
that
come to
mean.
watch. You have summoned them.
Carloso is also falling, like, next to you.
Yeah.
You know, and he's in that position where he looks like he's utterly bored. He's like, come on, do something. like he's horizontal in the air doing that, like, paint me like one of your French girl poses.
yeah.
You know? He's
Um,
just yawning and... No, she's coming for you. Better think of something quick here.
well, if she's coming for me, can I attempt to, like, grab onto her?
Yes. Go ahead and make me a. I think it'd be weapon skill because you're trying to grab.
Sure.
Grapple. I need you to make me a dodge. She is going to try and take your arm
Sounds
all the
good.
way to the shoulder.
I was gonna say
You're trying to
they're
grab
gonna
a predator.
eat you.
Yeah, you jerk your hand back, and she kind of eyes you just like, close. So close.
Okay.
That Razorbeak, that is not a bird that you have seen on Earth. That is it's a different bird.
Right. Well, at least she's stopped her at the tent, so I could do something else now. So I gotta think.
800 feet left.
800 feet left, of course.
Look around.
Can I get the blade, the hilt of the blade?
The sheath?
Yeah, the sheath.
Yeah, you can pull it out.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna have to, I'll stab it into me, I guess.
Oh!
Wait, what? Did you say you'll stab yourself?
Yeah.
Why not, like, look down for, like, a tree?
You
stab into
hurt
it, like,
yourself.
from your-
Take 1d4
Yeah.
damage.
I don't know what you were expecting to happen there. I'm gonna stab
You're bleeding.
myself.
I need you to make me a dodge. A predator makes a swipe at you.
Johnny.
You pirouette out of the way, but you're bleeding on the way down. And you can tell that scavengers and the predators are like, ooh, I smell blood.
Right. So I'm gonna let myself be caught, per se, deceive it, and then when the time is right, I'm going to surprise on them and try to grab them instead.
Which one?
Whichever one comes to me first after whichever
that's
one.
that razor beak coming back.
Is there another one instead?
There's a couple others, but she's snapping at them, kind of like, no, this one's mine.
Right.
Johnny, just look down for something.
Carloso just goes, you have to feel the wind under you. Let it take you to places. Come on now. If you lose another arm, you're not going to be able to do this.
Yeah. That razor. So you said you're gonna let one of the razor beak grab you.
Right.
Okay. When it does, it's gonna latch its talons onto your back, and it's going to try and eat your head off.
Right. But am I flying at this point?
Hmm?
Am I flying now? Am I still not hitting the
You're
ground?
not flying. You're plummeting. Like.
Oh, I'm still going down with it then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all right.
She latched in your back, 2d10 damage. It will be negated by toughness, like that 1d4 was.
All right.
Need you to make me a strength and either an athletics or
Let me
acrobatics
do
to shake
the,
her off before she goes for your head.
Let me do the toughness thing first. 3, 6. So 6 and then negative. So 3. So I have -4 right now total. I'll just do that tomorrow.
You have a natural toughness, which doubles your toughness bonus for damage negation.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, every unnatural that you have, it takes your toughness modifier and adds it again. So if you had 2 unnatural toughness, you would take
3.
your toughness added. Oh yeah,
So
unnatural toughness
3 times unnatural toughness 3, and I have toughness 37, so it's 3.
So you 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
Okay, so
3 times
12 armor.
Right.
Natural toughness.
So I didn't take any damage at all from this.
So you took 2.
I took 2?
It's 14 damage. You have
9 and
negative
9
12.
and 5. Okay, never mind. Yeah, 2. I get you. I was doing 1 at a time. That's the reason why I was like, that doesn't make sense. At this point, I'm gonna try and grab some feathers.
He said you need to strengthen athletics to shake it off before it bites your head off.
Oh,
Yeah, no, she's latched onto your back with her talons. You need to get this razor beak off of you.
doesn't matter
Did use
anyway.
precognition when you went into this, though.
I didn't roll it, but I wanted to. You didn't let me.
Well, no, I let you do it.
Oh, can I roll for it now then? Because I didn't even get to roll it yet. Because
Alright.
you didn't. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
You can roll it. It's not a bad spell at all to have. It's an amazing spell, actually.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So I'll re-roll those.
Yeah,
Definitely want
you're
to.
learning very quickly. Do not reach for other birds or let them get you because they're trying to kill you.
But I don't want to hit the ground because then I die. Or is it thinking this too much? Maybe I'm supposed to hit the ground first, see how long I can last.
Or maybe you're supposed to fly.
How am I supposed to fly? But when I
Influence.
okay.
Fuck you.
No. I can re-roll that if I wanted to, but that's a waste of a
600
re-roll.
feet.
Yeah, 600 feet.
You also need to get this bird off your back. Did you do it?
Yeah, doing it right now. And
You-
the other one was athletics.
You spin and she flies off and yeah.
Yeah, so
Roll that influence again. Re-roll that influence, buddy.
sure, why not?
Just keep re-rolling that influence.
Sweet.
There
There
you
you go. Feathers start to spawn on your body,
Right.
but it's not enough.
Right.
You don't have any flight feathers. That's the really important ones. Basically, the core feathers.
Right.
Or
When after she got once I tried to get myself free, could I have grabbed some of hers?
Again.
Yeah, you can go reach for 'em.
Weapon skill?
Yep.
No plus or anything?
Well,
Nice.
okay. You go to reach for her feathers, and that beak comes back. Go ahead and make me a dodge.
Sure. Reroll.
All right. Should take your hand.
Well, could I re-roll it though?
Yeah. If you want to reroll that dodge.
Take the hand being gone. You don't need the hand to survive. It grows back.
Okay.
Hand's gone.
You're actually
shrieks,
lighter. You're
And it's
actually
this-
lighter.
This horrific screech that she lets out in triumph as she gets a hand.
Right.
And all the other birds go into a excited frenzy. All right. Even the scavengers are now excited.
Mhm.
They're not gonna dive on
Not
me
too
now
much
the
longer
scavengers
now,
are coming.
Johnny. As Carloso is now at dodging like the frenzied flocks of scavenger birds that are diving at him too.
Right.
He's just
like-
out flying, or he's just faster than all of them though. So
They're making
Colosso,
these
it'd be
little
nice
dive
if you
bombs.
could help me here, since you're supposed to be my mother in this sense, but...
He did give you some help earlier. He shouted to hint at you, and you just like, okay.
Try to let the wind come underneath? Well, I mean, I can try to let the wind go with me, but can I awareness of the direction of the
you
wind?
got feathers on you. You need to make more flight feathers.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Can I make
Yeah,
an awareness of the path of the wind's taking?
Influence. No, influence. You want influence for the feathers.
Do you want me to just make more
You need
influence
more
tests?
feathers. You need more feathers.
Okay.
Without flight feathers, you're not going to be able to catch the wind. You're just going to splat.
Oh, okay.
well,
There you go.
who knows?
All right.
Who knows how this works?
All right.
Thank you.
You're starting to feel yourself change. Like actual significant change. You're getting lighter. You're not plummeting as fast now.
Right.
You're actually more sensitive to the wind. You can start to feel the taste of thermals. Like the thermal
Losing
rising
blood,
air.
that's lighter.
Is my
Yeah.
regen
Down
fixing
a
the
hand.
blood though? Is it coming off?
Then blood flow, but you're still missing a hand.
Well, wouldn't it like start patching itself up?
Right, but you have regen 3, which takes hours.
I mean, yeah. I mean, can I roll for one? But that's regrowing the whole limb though.
The hand, like all the nitty gritty,
Yeah.
phalanges and all the bones and the tendons. That's a really difficult. Hand is one of the most difficult things to regrow.
But it would start patching itself up first, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, it stopped the bleeding.
Okay, well that's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering.
Basically, you have a little Deadpool nub.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And so
Yes.
it's not pouring out of me anymore.
Yes.
Okay, that's all. I was just checking. I was checking.
I said that. I
Okay.
said it.
All right. So I'm getting more feathers. Nice roll. Nice 7.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're getting lighter. You can feel full plumage coming. Like you can feel them kind of coming out like teething.
Right. Can I attempt to follow the winds now? Can I awareness for the wind or
Oh,
something?
he said the magic words, Matt. All right, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna roll
Still
a
needs the rest
toughness.
of his feathers though.
You're gonna roll a toughness and then 3 influence tests.
Okay. Okay. I get it. I
And
get
then
it.
you're gonna roll 1 more toughness at the end of that.
I understand. I understand.
Okay, there we go.
I understand.
You are not going to immediately pass out from feathers growing out of your skin.
Reroll.
Reroll
If
that
you can get
influence.
feathers to
Reroll.
grow out of your skin.
Or didn't you use a ton of rerolls before? Or you
Wait. Dodge was my second one, and then I had 2 more after that.
Okay. And then you have 1
Precognition?
fate point. I'm not sure.
What about
So you have your 3
precognition?
influence rolls. All right, so reroll the 98. Oh, he's getting closer.
It is 5 though, but I know it's influence, so you don't want to let me do that.
I'm assuming you're gonna reroll the 61.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, we got it. All right.
Yes.
Are you gonna do anything with the 59?
I can't. That was it.
Burn.
Burn?
Burn.
Burn.
It might be time to burn.
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 These are
Mr.
really
For
important
a plus
tests.
20.
I did already. I got 36 out of 58.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to burn on the 43,
He only had 1.
or do you want to just?
have more than 1? Johnny, do you have more than 1 fate point?
From my understanding, he
No.
had 4.
No, that was Quinn. Enough to broke
No,
here.
I had 4. He had 3 because he picked the 3. Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right. So you get 2 out of those, and then roll me 1 more toughness test.
Of course.
Ooh, look at
I,
that.
I,
Alright,
I actually don't have
so-
4 anymore because I gave one away.
Here's what's gonna happen,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna describe this to you. So just hold off any comments until the end. All right?
I'm going to let it record, and I'm going to be calm as I can because I might die, but I still have a fate point to live. So
Yeah. All right. So
You'll need it.
here's what's happening. So you begin to merge your soul with the wind.
Right.
That's essentially what's happening right here. And when you do that, the wind is going to force you to grow wings, right? So you can fly on it,
Right.
like any bird. So the arm that's missing,
That
Hands.
was only a hand.
a new arm is going to shoot out, almost Piccolo style, from Dragon Ball. And there's just raw feathers and flesh and blood. And that is very painful for you. And I'm going to have you take a level of fatigue because that's what the 97 was.
Okay.
So, and on your other hand, or on your other arm with the no hand or whatever,
Mhm.
You grow talons instead.
Okay.
And you feel feathers grow pretty much all over your head.
Mhm.
So rather than normal hair, you have feathers now.
Right.
And roll me one last influence.
Get a 1. Get a 1. Get a 1.
Nope.
Oh.
Okay, your
Burn?
beak does not grow
Burn?
yet.
Burn?
Oh, do you?
Burn?
Do
Burn?
you?
Burn?
Okay.
Burn?
Okay.
Burn. Burn. Burn.
No.
Burn?
No.
Oh no!
It's okay.
Burn?
Make
Wow,
your
thank you
choices.
so
Your
much.
beak
Thank
does
you.
not grow yet. However, you can now somewhat control your flow of movement on the wind.
Right.
So
But
you only
now that-
have one
now-
wing right now.
Right.
Glide, motherfucker, glide.
It's okay.
So you're just kind of spiraling down, and you have about 1,000 more feet till you hit the ground.
Right.
That is not what Matt was saying earlier. He was like 600 feet before all these tests.
Oh, he was brought a couple thousand feet up into the air.
Like when the bird had me,
I
I
thought you said 1,000 exactly.
Did I say 1,000?
Mm.
That might not be high enough.
I thought he
though.
was at 400. I thought he was at 400.
Okay, well,
No,
if
he's
he's
got
if
200
getting
feet
close-
left here.
Okay.
So what happened in the
okay.
wind? Did that help me out at all? I was still going down.
So here's what having one wing is going to do for you. It is going to allow you to roll agility tests to essentially glide your way to the ground.
Okay. Like a parachute kind of deal.
Not so much a parachute, more like a hang glider.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hey,
Agility, how many?
You're gonna need one for each 50 feet, so 4 total.
And you don't want to fail any of them.
Yeah.
This means damage when you hit the ground.
I passed the first one, and second one, third one, fourth one. Nope.
What's your agility? This
Uh,
is just raw agility.
52. Yeah, and then minus 10.
So it's 62?
No, my agility is only 52, and then it's minus 10 for fatigue.
Right.
So yeah, you passed one.
16.
Ugh.
Alright. You're gonna hit the ground pretty good hard.
Yep.
I need a toughness test to stay awake. Because when you hit the ground, it's like, oh, geez, ow, my face, fuck, ah.
I hear you.
Alright, hey, you stay awake.
you even passed with fatigue. Nice.
Yeah, and you got predators and scavengers coming. Because you didn't exactly land gracefully, and they're already in a frenzy. So, time to fight your way out.
Athletics to run like a bullseye, or should I start fighting?
Run, motherfucker, run.
Running and fighting is a good. Both are valid, very valid. Not all birds.
Can I do an awareness for my surroundings when I came down?
Yes, go for it. You're awake. Alice, 50-yard dash.
But guess who has athletic abilities now from his goddamn. Let's push it to the limit, shall we?
Okay, because this is like
Push it to the
the
limit.
50-yard dash you did in the physical therapy room. You've done
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, this is easy peasy. So bonus to athletics, because you didn't give me any points in athletics after that.
I'll give you one.
Okay.
'Cause he did work you hard. He made you tough.
So
go.
one test.
Nope. Gonna need to make me 3.
Okay.
Because you got birds coming after you. 1 and 2 and 3. All right. The 84, some of them will catch up. All right. So there's another bird this time, not the razorbeak. This one has like a long needle-like nose, several feet long.
Right.
And it is going to try and spear your hamstring.
Of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Dodge.
Yes.
Dodge, you glorious bastard.
Oh.
You dodge it. I need you to make another dodge for talons, because the scavengers are coming in and dive bombing you.
Oh.
And then one last dodge, because you've got
Got it.
an
Oh.
observer coming in. So these massive talons come by, and they're big as your head.
Can I get an awareness check on the observer after it tries to get me?
Yep.
That's probably Carloso, I bet.
No.
No.
Big guy.
Right. Can I get any
Wingspan
insight on
also
that
little.
with a an influence?
What do you mean by insight?
Insight or something? Or I don't know.
What do you-
Well,
insight
I'm just
is-
like I'm trying to get an idea of him, like when he came at me.
Okay. That would be logic.
Can do logic.
Okay, so this guy, the observer, attempted to come at you right as the scavengers descended.
Right.
So he was trying to catch you off
Blend
guard.
in. Yeah.
Well, it was
Be a
have
smoke
guy at
screen,
your-
like a
Yeah.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a guy at your heels. You have this flock of scavengers on you, and then he was like, "Oh, this is my time," and you got out of the way. Plumage on that bird's very large. This guy is vehicle sized, like car sized.
Right.
Not as big as the king, but very big bird. And this thing kind of just jerks his head indignantly, like shame, and then kind of flies back up.
Right.
The one notable thing about this bird is he has a hooked beak and a wingspan a bit larger than what is needed.
Right.
So he has an enormous wingspan compared to what the normal bird would need to stay aloft.
Right.
So you make it to the gates and you get in, and you're like,
Holy fuck.
"Fuck!"
And the gates shut behind you, and you just hear lots of birds run into it. And
Glass door
Carloso-
style.
yeah, Carloso's just got his hand on the door because you shut it behind you.
Yeah.
And he goes, "That was hilarious. You almost died.
Oh shit. Never a dull moment for you guys, eh?
Never a dull moment.
Oh.
So, how's it feel?"
Can I do like what would be a feeling test like to kind of get the whole sense of my now wing?
You're literally like half Birdman,
Yeah.
half man right now.
Like how does that like can I do like a sensory test or how would that be perception? Like base perception?
What are you trying to do?
Just to like realize what's happened to me.
Oh no! You as soon as the adrenaline starts to subside, your body's like, "What
Ouch.
happened?
Oh, fuck.
Why do we have a wing?"
Oh, fuck.
What happened to my hand?
How's my connection with
man.
Saudi now though?
Gone forever.
Okay.
So Carlosa goes, "You see, you remember what Goal said earlier? How the sheath of your weapon would be the vessel for the power that you mold into it, right? I'll give you a free piece of advice here, or a free piece of information. I can control the wind with my blade. Almost like it's an extension of my own body.
Did I get so I felt yours? Was that you helping me?
Oh yes, and if it wasn't for me, you would have been eaten alive in the sky because all of those birds were faster than you. I actually had to make your descent to the planet faster.
What was the point
die.
of getting me to do this then? What was
To
the?
see if you'd survive.
Well, I guess I passed the test, didn't I?
Well, if you had died, we would have resurrected you and sent you on your way, but you didn't. And you're here. You look rather atrocious, but that can be fixed.
Perfect. Okay. So Carloso, what now?
Well, you can do two things.
I'm looking at my hand. And...
The most important thing, the first step that you need to get done, is you need to finish acquiring and getting a feel for your new form. Ruffle your feathers, so to speak.
Right.
But you're missing a few parts, as it seems. So you can do two things. One, you can either practice flying and practice feeling the wind underneath your wings, so to speak, and learn yourself on what you need to do, which is the most difficult, but it'll give you the most leeway when it comes to molding your power. The other option is you could find a highly talented nature mage and have them force the transition to finish.
Well, that doesn't
It'll
sound
be painful, but it'll get it done quickly.
So my options are find it myself or get someone to do it for me, but it's gonna hurt.
Yes.
Okay. Quite helpful. How did you get into this anyway?
Oh, well, you see, my mastery of wind transcends what humans think is capable of wind.
Right.
Or at least what wind is capable of, I mean. I can distort space with currents if I make them strong enough. And when I first came here, I did something very similar. And when I started to control the wind of Solikahn, let's just say the birds came to me.
Interesting. So how does this work out for me now?
Well, a bird is free to fly wherever it pleases, just as long as it does not leave the flock. In other words, you're free to go about your business, just know that you are allied to us now, and betraying us will result in punishment. But we are not going to inhibit you from following your free will, as that's what every bird does.
Fair enough.
Please.
So I'm your disciple now?
Well, that is something a bit different. You willingly joined the flock, but becoming my pupil was something that you signed.
Right.
And that has many, many more things entailed.
Right. So I got 2-for-1 deal, more like a negative 2-for-1 as in your case.
Yes. The first lesson will be with the blade, like I said before. And then after that, we will wait until you have grown your wings to continue. As you'll have to be comfortable with the form that you'll be growing into before you can master any techniques I'm going to teach you.
Right.
And what you said before, how you know of other ways to protect those that you care about from harm. You are absolutely correct. And I myself am not too keen on clashing swords with every opponent I meet. I also like to explore all of my options. That's something I'm going to teach you. That's why I asked if you wanted to become my pupil. It's because we're more alike than you think. It's just, when you're here in Solikahn, you have to present yourself in certain ways to the people here. Otherwise, they'll learn too much about you.
Another mask, as they said.
Well, if you wish to learn how to deal with masks, or how to wear one properly, the vampirans will be the ones that you'll want to talk to, as they're masters of illusions and lies.
Not. I thought was Gus a Vampirian then?
No, I am the only vampirin in the flock.
Right. See, that was that's what I
Gus?
was. It wasn't Gus. What was the
Gull.
Gull. My bad. Yeah.
I know what he meant. He's just dumb.
I don't remember. But anyway, okay. See, I thought she said something about we mask our faces or something.
Every bird needs a mask.
Right. Yeah. So my question to Carloso was, what's your mask then? Or is that how your mask is?
And he goes, "You wish to know what my mask is?"
Sorry, I misrepresented that then. I thought you were already wearing your mask.
I am.
So I would have been correct then that this is your current mask.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind then. All right, that's interesting. Interesting.
You know,
As
it's
I
an
ponder to
interesting
myself.
conundrum. You've already seen my mask. In fact, you've already interacted with it. Held it in your own hands, even.
Yes. Oh. Oh.
Are the dots connecting?
Yes. Is it? Are you? Oh. Well, if that's the case, do you not want me to use it then? Because I don't have to.
I do not need the mantle.
Okay.
It only allowed me to get here.
Ah, okay. So that was your previous connection with it then.
In fact, that mask I gave as a gift so that they would spare my life for trespassing.
Interesting. And now you're here again because of me?
Oh, don't flatter yourself.
I try.
I try. Laughs all around.
Ah, perfect. Okay. So what's next?
Well, next, you should clean yourself up. You look hideous. And also, find something proper to wear. If you belong to the flock, you need to be beautiful.
I mean, my hair looks good, but not my current clothing.
You also notice that anyone in the flock birds or in the court of talents, whenever they showed you their like humanoid form,
Yeah.
they were just
Beautiful.
stunningly beautiful. Yeah.
Like anime. Like
it's
why does everything
almost
perfect?
just perfection. Yeah.
Well, when I actually have things I can wear, since you took me off the ship, Carloso, I will wear something more elegant to your taste. I'm sure you've noticed my attire before.
Do we need to go shopping? I have a friend who would be more than willing to tailor something up for you.
I had an other idea. Maybe not the prototype, and maybe something different this time.
What are you talking about?
Stealth suit.
You don't need a stealth suit.
But with it, I can make myself look whoever I want to.
But you can do that without the suit.
But you see my logic in there being two uses for the suit.
Yes, but I also see this obsession you have with something that has no importance whatsoever.
It was such a nice suit, though. It was just a shame I lost it.
We could... My friend, Zamortimax. He is the greatest tailor to ever live. And anything that he makes, I guarantee you, it'll be better than a stealth suit.
Something Drush made. All right, fair enough. Let's
Drush
go
makes-
shopping.
Yeah, Dresh makes technology. Other people make magical stuff. That's why it's different.
Now, we'll have to see if we can actually find Zamortimax, as he's been tiptoeing about lately. If we can't, we can always go to Lady Lash.
Sounds good.
Oh, And I'll go fetch Sati while you wait here. It's her turn next.
I'll just look at myself after he disappears, I'm assuming. And I'll be like, oh, fuck, Sadi. What you get yourself
Viridian,
into?
you here?
He left. He went to go grab food.
Swooze out.
I don't know what swooze
some
means.
food.
I think swing. I think he meant swing out.
Swooze.
Swooze.
Okay, cool.
Swooze.
So I had-
Hayden.
So did I have a right idea about the bird? Like get hit and let it take things and make it grow?
No.
No, bad idea.
The predator birds, they were trying to kill you on the way down, so you never had a chance to spread your wings.
Oh, so just the farther I went down, the more I grew.
Well, no, it was
Influence.
the moment you started rolling influence, searching yourself, feeling the wind. Basically, rather than searching for a way out, you looked inward.
Yeah,
For
that's
the
what I was.
power.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's what
When
my
we started
plan was
doing
all
that-
along, and then I thought, oh shit, maybe I should try something different. But okay, whatever.
These birds are, the moment you called them, it was like, hey, lunch, dinner bell. You know, just like, I'm over here. And then the predators are like,
He's an idiot! Quick, eat him!
It'll.
the scavengers, they sat back and waited for the predators to draw blood.
Right.
And then they went. But yeah, Goal was trying to kill you on the way down every chance she got.
Was it
Especially
because
when
I
you started
touched her
reaching for
weapons?
she's like, ooh, lunch is coming to me.
Right. What would happen if I grabbed her feathers?
If you pulled out her feathers, she would have eviscerated you because flight feathers are precious. In fact, if you
Right.
ever give a flight feather to someone, it is the ultimate boon that you can give from the Court of Talents because
Okay.
you're basically pulling stats, raw stats, off yourself and handing someone a bone coin
Right.
that's of your making. That is a flight feather. You only have a certain number of flight feathers. If you lose too many, you can never fly.
Right.
So,
Serious shit.
yeah, no, it's basically you have bone coins you can hand to people.
And when you fully finish materializing your bird form,
Right.
or your wings, so to speak, that I'll give you that number of how
Okay.
many feathers you can give out.
Yeah, the higher the tier of flock you are, the larger the flight feather it is, and the more you have. That's why the observers fly so high, because they have such a high percentage of flight feathers.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Welcome to the Court of Talents. No one's ever down this path, so it'll be an adventure for both of us. Good job.
That's cool.
If I would have tried connecting to Sadi through our bond, would I have gotten anything different?
You feel wind through your connection right now.
Okay.
And you
As
hear
Carl
screaming.
also brought her up into the air.
Fuck. I'm gonna. Can Carlos and I go back up then?
Carlosa's already up there.
Oh shit! So I'm still on the ground.
Yeah, he brought so basically you walk out the gates and you look up into the sky and it's like there's this
solid.
roiling, moving, living cloud in the sky following this just golden streak of light and it's crazy to watch. But they are way higher up than you were.
Go ahead and make me some GM rolls in order to see what happens. So, and then we'll hash out what happens to her. She could die. She could totally fuck it up.
Fair enough.
Sadi could die about it.
Well,
Waifu.
all my use to try and save this woman of mine and get
All
fucked
right,
up.
Matt, we will fix a couple of those.
With fate point rolls, because she's got fate points. Ugh.
She'll burn one on the 66. There you go.
There we go. Good job.
I'll pass.
Yeah. Barely on some of those. I have
Can
to
I
burn.
can I
Burn
feel
the
what
fate
she's feeling right now?
It went from terror to, oh, look at me. Basically went from terror to elation and joy and just discovery.
Okay.
It was danger, danger, and dodging, just absolute terror of plummeting to your death with predators trying to eat you, and then na-na-na-na-na, you have Pokevolved. All right. Hayden, I need you to roll me 2d4.
Oh, yeah, sure.
After he pisses inside the toilet.
Yeah. Oh, a 4 and a 2.
Okay. Your toughness will go up by 2,
Oh. Okay.
and your perception will go up by 4 because they're basically making you more aware.
Good.
Go ahead and add 1 awareness, 1 level, the next level, and then you can get a martial arts talent because you spent the whole time on the way over fighting them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every moment you could. So they made you tougher because they hit you a lot.
That actually brought me to 80. So.
Yeah. They made you more perceptive because you have to be more aware of your surroundings, and they made you more perceptive of yourself and where you position yourself. And then you just learn naturally to defend yourself. So you get a martial arts talent. So you can pick of one of 3. Iron Wall, which is close. It's the next step of Wall of Steel, which adds 1 additional parry.
Oh, shit.
So 3 parries. Ooh. You can have another. You can have Way of the Wind, which is, or Way of the Falling Leaf, which is another dodge.
Okay.
Or the Way of the Pouncing Tiger, which is you can now jump on people to tackle them with your lion body. So, basically jump and they crash into the ground. You pin them with your legs, and then you just go to town on a pinned target,
So
which
it's
you
like
have your
kind of
full
like
weight on.
a grapple attack at the same time.
Yeah, but you're basically standing on them with your 4 lion legs that have talons with your full weight, and then your forearms are like, you ready for beatdown? It's a pin. It's a full body pin that uses all the complete advantage of your person.
Oh, I like the sound of that. That's a pretty unique one. So I think I'll take that.
Yeah.
So what's it called?
The only reason you found this out in the middle of combat because you were able to tackle Sarah once before she bucked you off, but you're like, oh my god, if this was not a super opponent, that guy would be stuck under whatever your full weight is. And you have four limbs to keep them down more efficiently, and you can maul them with your talons, and you can lay the beat down with forearms. So
sounds good.
All
So
right,
what do I
Viridian.
write? Just Way of the Tiger kind of thing?
Yeah. Way of the basically Way of the Pouncing Tiger. As you're smoking it out with Mr. Smoke, he's gonna start to teach you how that odd Asian language on that scroll.
All right, see you, Nordy.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
My fate points are gone though.
he's just kind of chilling. He's just. But what really interests him is that bamboo scroll, even more so than the large scroll, because he's like, we'll learn that eventually. That's going anywhere. That's odd. Not many people write on wood, and so it's old. And need you to make me int willpower and influence on the that odd inscription.
Odd inscription is important. I'm going to.
Well, it's not like it's going away.
No, it's not.
You do have one
So
fate
I'll
point,
keep
don't you?
it- Yeah. I'll keep with that and go to willpower and just see what happens. 73. Influence. Yeah. All right. I'm fine with that.
So you read it, and he's like, "That is a lesson, a little reflection that was written by someone who's trying to learn who they are. That's something that you should learn too. But you're already on the self-discovery thing, so maybe that's not as important to you. But it's basically a life lesson written on wood."
It's very interesting. I'll definitely come back to it when I have time.
He ended up becoming a master. Good for him. But he's not built like you at all.
I see. Do you know this person?
Yes. Oh, yes. What happens if you were born to be a literal weapon? Not like a sword, but your whole existence is to be a weapon. But technically, people treat you as property instead of being a person, like a tool. And it was part of his journey on self-discovery, realizing he is a person and not just a tool for killing. But like the tools that he was created as, he's not restricted to mortality, and it's kind of that weird blend of being both and what to do with myself. It was an interesting tale. That's just one of his personal journals.
I see. It's interesting, at least, even if he's no longer a tool, to know his purpose in life. I mean, I don't have any huge overarching goals myself beyond the acquirement of knowledge and the betterment of myself.
Well, good. At least you get the Zen thing down for sure. Don't have to worry about that. Sometimes you get students that are just denser than the rocks around them. And they're like, why can't I break through this next barrier? Well, you
So
don't
far,
see
I
anything
haven't.
wrong, so...
Yeah. So far, I haven't had any trouble with my own student. He is very talented. Learned about as fast as me, in fact.
Well, it's because reasons. And he's also a celestial, so that'll go fast. Celestials are just blessed with good luck, usually. Some of them aren't. Some of them are too stubborn for luck.
They seem a very important part of the balance, for certain.
Yeah, well, without them, the darkness wins.
I don't
Can't
know
have
if I'd
that.
wish that life on anyone in particular, but it seems like yes.
Hey, let the nice guys be the heroes. That's they like that type of thing, you know?
I see, yes.
Anyways, alright. We're gonna learn us some seriously high level bullshit. That's what I think of the scroll, that big guy.
The
All about-
ancient one, yes?
Yeah. I've seen her before. It's a wonderful learning tool, but it is verbose. The people who wrote it, and it's Conclave who wrote it, they're very wordy.
Oh, that's wonderful. I haven't had a good challenge since. Oh, the textbooks for magic?
You can't be dissuaded or dismayed at all, can you? It's like a textbook in its verbosity. Like, there's no need. Why don't you just tell us what you're trying to teach us? But no, you have to spend
Where's the
hundreds
fun
of
in that?
pages of...
Where's the fun in that? You know, I've never
I've been
considered
around the block a couple times. I read my collection of writings, and sometimes it gets a little annoying, if you ask me. Sometimes in your old age, it's like, get to the point.
Oh, to each their own, of course.
Uh,
I think of it like a fight. I don't fight much, but this is a challenge I can get into.
Learning the language is going to be difficult, also because they're not using the nicest of words. It's all of this flowery, over-the-top, multi-meaning shenanigans. So instead of saying, we put this thing here, it's more of, we collected the essence of the vessel and set it upon the altar in the area of heaven. And it's like, no, you collected this, you put it in a bowl, and you brought it up to the mountain. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I'm
ritual.
just cantankerous. I didn't played a shitty round of golf this morning, so
Ah,
yeah, drinks were on me. Not that I mind. It's just
Yeah, Viridian has no idea what golf is, but he understands basically the idea.
yeah, you're having an off day. All right, so you're the type that likes flowery, over-the-top language. Well, I guess you'll enjoy it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we said
Go
it
ahead and
to
make
it.
me some int tests, because
Awesome.
it's a series of just him rolling out the thing, sliding it over, and stuff. A lot of the caricatures look very similar, except for like 1 or 2 hashes and the angles being a little different. So one more. Yeah, time flies.
I'm going to re-roll
Don't
that last
feel
one
like
with
you
the fate
learned
point.
all that much. Fate point?
Mm-hmm.
It's not influence. What
Go.
are you doing?
No, you time still flies. You don't feel like you learned all that much, but you were able to read 1 whole page with a bit of help, which basically means 8 vertical lines. And what really throws you off, it's not left to right, it's top to bottom, like traditional kanji.
Awesome. What did the page I read? What was it about?
Basically, it was the introduction page. It was like, this is the scroll of the Jade Dragons, the teachers of force and might, and the humbler of weak. It's just kind of like, okay, there's literally nothing of substance other than just like, this is the shit. You're about to read the best book ever written.
So basically, what I could have understood by looking at the scroll and feeling the magic waving off of it.
Yes, but that was like the first 8 vertical lines of just this is going to be the best book of your existence. Buckle up, type of thing.
Yeah. Makes
That's
sense.
And he's
Buckle
like,
up,
that's enough for me
buckaroo."
today. I already can taste the contention and the pretentiousness coming off of that shit. Oh, jeez.
Oh, before you go for the day, Mr. Smoke, I was wondering if you could knew anything about the ethereal plane. I'm told the grass there is fantastic.
Darn right it is. Here, I'll give you my personal supplier.
Okay.
All right. So what you do is when you call him, he likes mana dust. So you gotta have a big, good supply for him. He's gonna trade you equal mass. So he has an addiction to it.
Oh, I can understand.
His name is Lami. He might actually look kind of like a llama. I kid you not. He's yeah. But he either eats the grass or he snorts mana dust. And yes, most familiars in our old age, it's kind of what we do. We smoke, we take drugs, have a good time. I think we deserve it. I think we spent thousands and thousands of years following you youngsters around with your foolishness and expect us to help you out in a pinch. And oh man, good times. Can't do that anymore. Too old.
Oh, I'm sure you definitely have seen a lot, but I'm glad you're enjoying your retirement.
Except for this morning. That was pitiful. Couldn't hit a 7-iron for my life. And that thundercloud just kept throwing my shot right off.
How do I call Lami?
Oh, right. And he kind of pulls out a little bit of mana, rubs it together, just... All right, so there's a lot of different planes of magic. And the one we're looking for is the plane of life. And it's filled with all sorts of really fluffy creatures. Like llamas. Very fluffy. All right, and what you're going to do is you can focus a bunch of mana in between your hands, rub them together, really get it in there until it's all sparkly, and then blow the mana dust into space, and then focus really hard and stuff. Picture it in your mind. and it should open a little little mirror thing, or you can do it on water. Water is good too, but I like this way. It's flashier. It's like having a telephone call.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And he kind of does that, blows some dust out, and it forms. And he's like, "Hey, Lami," and it's like, huh? Yeah, what's up? You got the goods? Oh man, yeah. I got the goods, man. All right. So I got this youngster here. He's good. I vouch for him. It's like, all right. He wants some mana dust for some mana grass. Mana dust, you say? I like mana dust. Hey, kid. Hey, psst, hey, kid.
Oh, well, hello there.
I heard you got mana dust. Heard from a good friend.
I do.
Okay, all right. Okay. I got a lot of mana grass. So, how are we gonna do this?
Does it look like you can physically transfer through the?
It's a little portal.
Yeah. He's going to.
As he kind of like puts a big line of blue mana dust on his forearm, just yeah. I'm running out. I need some more.
Yeah. Viridian is going to create a massive quantity of mana dust and just like feed it in through the portal using buffed up magey hands.
And he's like, and basically you're just given this big, massive plastic baggie, several of them, equal to the amount of mana you give him.
Yeah, I'll give him good 10,000 mana worth.
You basically have so mana dust. Basically, for every 1,000 dust, it's an ounce. So he's gonna give you.
Oh, you have a lot.
You have a lot of ounces of mana grass.
10 ounces, man.
Yeah. You have
All
10
right.
ounces of mana grass, and he's just like, oh man, that's the shit right there.
That's a
Oh,
shit
that's
ton.
good.
That's a shit ton.
That's good. All right, hey. I'll see you later. All right. And it's just the portal claps. He's like, see, I know people.
Of course, yeah.
He's a little crazy though. He likes his mana dust. In fact, he spills so much of it when he tries to, snort it because he doesn't really have hands, that it gets all over the grass and it turns into the mana grass.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, so he's probably going to spill at least half the bag you gave him. And he's going to come back and you'll buy the mana grass he spilled your mana on. Yeah,
It seems like a good deal.
it's a circle of life in the ethereal plane of life. It's great.
Yeah.
We also help him out a little bit. Just make it rain sometimes because
Mm-hmm.
he's a llama. He spends eating grass all day. But something about just raw mana dust rather than, getting it through the grass. Yeah. We have to keep an eye on him, though. If we don't provide him with mana dust too much, he just eats the grass, which is what we want to smoke.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can't have that. Nope. And he's utterly addicted. He's an addict of the highest order. But he's a llama. He deserves it. He's been around forever, man. I can't even tell you some of the shit we got into.
I'll be sure to get contact with them often. Keep him supplied with what he
If you
needs.
need any other hookups, I got all sorts of hookups. Mm.
I'll keep that in mind. I don't know if I can do too much for you besides a good game of shogi every now and then and a nice chat, but
That's good.
yeah, feel free to come to me if you have something you'd like.
Hey, maybe when you get stronger, maybe we can ride some lightning,
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. All right, so I have this hookah bot, like this hookah thing. And instead of water, I put a thundercloud in there.
Oh,
and we
man.
smoke lightning.
That's
lightning.
Yeah. Oh, man. He just looks down at his pipe and this is mana dust, mana lightning. He can't even imagine it.
It is some of the best trips you can have, man. I'm sorry, man. We're not normally. Mages aren't supposed to be druggies, but I mean, us familiars, what are we gonna do in our spare time? Especially when you're retired like me. I'm retired.
Growing up, I never thought I'd be much into this, but suddenly I feel like I don't know what I was missing.
Hey, it opens your eyes. That's good for you, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, so now you have a new contact. Lami, the Mana Crest. He's your weed dealer. Yeah, he's your mana weed dealer. Yeah, so it's apparently it's a wacky world you got yourself into.
Oh, yes.
Oh, by the way, prejudice. Them stingy mages are like, oh, don't corrupt your mana with and your essence of soul with doing drugs. Fuck that. Why can't you have a little fun? You're creative. This is like the bee's knees for you. Because what happens if you go on like the wildest trip and you're like, I just came up with the dopest spell idea.
That happens a lot.
Dude, it happens all the time. So, do drugs, kids.
We'll keep it in mind. You have a good day, Mr. Smoke.
Well, not like actual drugs, because human mortal drugs is like actually bad for you. This stuff is like pure goodness. Don't smoke actual weed. That's bad. Also, there's some other really fucked up drugs in your plane. Don't do those.
Weed isn't bad.
Mana drugs? Yeah, that's where it's at.
I wonder
You
how
see
these
me
would
smoke.
affect a non-mage.
Hmm?
I wonder how these mana drugs would affect a non-mage.
Oh, it'll fuck them up. Like, not like kill them, fuck them up, but oh man, they'll never want to do real drugs again. Because it gives you the best high. It expands your soul for a moment and lets you see things like the ethereal plane. And I can guarantee you, they ain't hallucinations.
Oh no, just from what I've seen today, I can imagine there's plenty.
Right. And then we fuck with you for the rest of your life. Because that's what we retirees do to the non-mages who can see us.
Oh no.
Oh, it's funny.
I look forward to a similar life when I get into my old age.
Oh, no, that's your whole job. In fact, I hope you're like the one sensei mage master guy that sits in his monastery and the people are like, Master, teach me. And you're like, come have a smoke with me. And then you fuck their entire day.
Oh no.
They don't even know what happened. And then they wake up and they're like, what year is it? It's been 2 years. What do you mean? You've learned martial arts. You're on your way. There you go. And they were on drugs the entire time. They learn better when they're on drugs anyways. It's basically, it makes them like forget they think they know martial arts. Oh, by the way, we need to teach you some martial arts because, yeah, that'll be for next time.
All right. See you next time, Mr. Smoke.
I'm going to have to go get one of my friends.
No, I don't mind meeting any of your friends. I trust you.
He's an old retiree. He's kind of a grouch, but he is made of rocks, so.
Ooh.
Oh, that also makes him stubborn. And hard-headed. All right. He's a giant boulder. He'll teach you martial arts. Basically grounding techniques, because, well, he's made of rock, and that rocks are the ground. I have endless puns for this shit. Like,
Is he the type for puns as well?
no. He kind of just grumbles at you, because it sounds like grinding rocks.
Ah.
He'll teach you how to be grounded, and then, you know, we'll move on to, like, some other people that I know. Actually get you some kung fu moves. Hoo-ha-hey! You know, Stretching Dagger, Hidden Dragon type of thing.
Sounds like a plan. I don't really like weapons all that much, but being able to defend myself, make myself better at things.
Weapons. Honestly, they're a handicap until you've, like, got some dope-ass moves. And then having a weapon is, like, an extension of that dope-ass moves. But other than that, it's just takes you back to handicap.
I see.
Guys want to go play bingo? Fuck. Coming. See you around, kiddo.
See you, Mr. Smoke. All right, I assume we're about to the palace at this point.
Yeah. You land in the courtyard, and you and Brokir walk out, and Brokir just kind of absently flicks his hair, and just the light shines off of it. It's just total anime. Oh man, majestic, without him even noticing.
That's pretty good. Does the mana skin have a visual component to it?
If you want it to.
I didn't. Whatever will happen happens. He didn't care when he made it.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Finally back to the palace.
We might want to stop here. I gotta go. I'm just waiting on a text to be like, get your ass over. I was like, okay.
I've definitely got some ideas, but I'd be willing to pause here and wait for Hayden if y'all are.
I can be back in probably like 2.5 hours.
I can give you 2, and then we can play for another hour. But 11 is my cutoff for tonight. I have to sleep, actually.
No, you don't need sleep. That's a myth.
I can't, well, I can not sleep, but I have backtrack, so, like, if I miss a day, I'm completely fucked the next one, so.
We could always just put Hayden away for a while, do some personal stuff.
So the way it'll work is it kind of is this little almost amber hue. Very, very hard to see unless someone can read magic and aura. And it's just kind of skin. It's like overlaps your skin. But when someone strikes it, this big old caricature, kind of like this big old ward pops up on the impact site. Kind of like, you shall not pass! And the more damage you take towards the hitting 0 on the armor rating, the more fractures appear on the you shall not pass rune to show it's about to break or its health.
Yeah.
So this is where we're going to pause because I need to go do a thing for about 30 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back, and then we'll
for dinner anyways. So
and then we will enter the realm of Right Hall and start the next arc.
Awesome.
Or just maybe
I'll
not the
see
next
y'all
arc,
next
but
time, then.
just kind of do some.
But in a little while.
Yeah.
Alright, see you soon.
Yeah,
I will be back. Yes.